Hello, 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 hello. It is Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yes, it's Tuesday. I like to mix up those days. Yep, it's Tuesday. It's time for another stream. It's time for the continuation of what you can see right there. Today we're gonna do the quick sketch as always first, and then we're gonna go back to the project that we started yesterday. That we, I guess, sort of did the last 2 weeks too. We take Arcane characters, so we did Jinx and Vi already. This week we're gonna do Caitlyn. We did the head and body today, yesterday. And what we basically do is we're gonna recreate the characters in a more realistic style. And then at the end, now it worked actually, it worked. So now basically at the end of the whole project, we're gonna compare them to the to an AI generated real life version, let's say, so we can see what it looks like. You know, which one might look better, you know, the more I guess, you know, my version or our version or the version from the AI. Yeah, we can see that in the end. But today we're not going to do that. We're going to go into the clothing. We did the body yesterday and the face, so now we're going to do the clothing. We could have also done the hair first, but I think the clothing actually, I mean, doesn't really make a big difference, to be honest. Yeah, I said we're gonna do the clothing, so we're gonna do the clothing today. What we could maybe do is do a quick hair sculpt, because it isn't that complex. Just to kind of have something there, maybe, and then we can go into the clothing. But that's gonna be the plan for today. Model some clothing. Welcome back, Zachary. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. Hope you had a great day. Hope you yeah. Hope you have been doing well and enjoyed the early Christmas, I guess, the early Christmas time. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Let's get straight into the quick sketch to get that done, and then we have enough time. We have the maximum amount of time that we can have for Caitlyn. There you go. You can see today's quick sketch subject right there. Oh, hold on. Come on. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, this monster thingy looks kind of like some sort of Yu-Gi-Oh monster or some sort of, I don't know, you know, other creature from some other anime. If you want to see who the artist is, hold on. You can see it right here. That's the artist. Ooh. Oh, everything closed. Why do I always do that? I need to deactivate that function. There you go. Yep, it is logos less on DeviantArt. I haven't checked if they have other I guess socials too. Let's see. Concept designer and illustrator in Seoul, South Korea. Oh. Let's see. 11-year Deviant. Ooh. I don't think they do. Maybe. Doesn't. Oh, nope. Maybe. Usually they put it right here. Doesn't seem like that is the case. So if you want to check them out, you can go to DeviantArt. But let's get back to Blender. Welcome back, James 2. Hold on. There you go. Hope you had a great day too. Maybe you've been working on some 3D stuff. Maybe you had to do some other stuff. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed your day so far. Your early day. Welcome. I say hello from the future. Yeah. Okay. So this one could be interesting. Let's see how it's going to turn out. I think we're ready to begin. All that I need is the timer, which I haven't started yet. Hold on. Snaz. There it is. Perfect. There it is. Perfect. Okay. I would say we can begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Perfect. Okay. Let's begin. So the thing that we want to do today, of course, as I said, is Caitlyn's clothing. We can probably do a quick, I guess, somewhat like a quick sculpt of her hair. The hair is like in a bun in the back or in like a ponytail. so it's not too complex. We're probably going to do the hair tomorrow. I think it might probably be better to do the hair before the clothing, but maybe actually not, because if it's longer hair, it might react or interact with the clothing, so it might be better to do that afterwards. But today we're going to do the clothing. We're probably not going to finish everything, but at least the goal will be to do the at least, well, the last layer is pretty similar to the one from Vi, so we can probably copy that mostly, and then we can also grab the geometry at least from Vi and just turn that into other clothing, because like the lowest layer is just some body, I mean some vertices going around the body that we can very easily also turn into different clothing, and that's what we're gonna do to have an easier time, you know. And yeah, that's gonna be the goal today, kind of create at least, you know, the most layers that we can for Caitlyn's outfit. I think she has like 3. She has like an under and like a collared like button collar shirt. Then she has a jacket on top, and I think she has something else too. But yeah, we'll see how far we can get today. Let's focus on this first. So this one is pretty close. I think this one's even actually closer to like a skull rather than some sort of I guess like human, or like a human face. So like the teeth look very much, or the jaw, the mandibles look very much like a skeleton. So that's what I'm kind of going with here. Of course, with these sort of fantasy things, you can be a little bit more, I guess, free in how you're gonna, I guess, model it, because it's not necessarily rooted in reality, so you can be a little bit more, I guess, free with how you want to set up the anatomy. That's always fun. So we can make this jaw like this, or we can make it like this. It's all our choice. Working on a hand, nice. So practicing some hand anatomy. I think that's one of the worst things of the human body. Not only to model or learn the anatomy for, but also to apologize. But you know, it's important, so I guess good luck. Welcome back, Crow. What is interesting today? What's going on? We're gonna do the clothing today. Yeah, as I said before, we could also use Marvelous Designer. I think Marvelous Designer would be faster for this, but I think it would only be faster and look more real if I knew how to do the clothing in there very efficiently. If I knew the workflow like fully. I did some clothing before, but I'm not like 100%. It's been a while, so I think it's actually been more than a year that I worked with it. I'm not that good with it anymore. I still know the basics, but it would take a little bit to figure it out. So we're just going to do what we've done for Vi and do everything in Blender, modeling it and then sculpting a little bit too. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. I actually like modeling clothing. It's actually pretty fun. I always liked working with Marvelous Designer because it's so so intuitive and so organic. And I don't know, it just feels good to sort of, you know, start with just some weird vertices and then end up with like an actual, I don't know, like a jacket or a like a shirt, for example. Shirt might be pretty simple, but you know what I mean, like something pretty complex. I like that. Using some cloth brushes on the way to kind of, yeah, I still need to figure out how to use those in the best way possible for stuff like that. I don't think they're very much useful for like full-on clothing, I guess, simulations, but I think I can use them more than I do currently to do stuff. Marvelous Design is very interesting. It's very, very cool. I think if we might check that out at some point in the future, because it's so good. So maybe at some point we're gonna do like a, you know, stream about it, do some sort of, create some sort of outfit. That could be cool. Swamp SpongeBob. Oh no, welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your I think it was like last month. Hope you enjoyed that time. Hope you enjoyed your early Christmas too. Welcome back. Hope you yeah, had a great time. Welcome back. Yeah, so maybe we'll create some clothing there. I think that could be fun. Also pretty interesting. And maybe it'll be a new, tool that we can use in the future for like projects like these to make it even faster and more high quality, maybe. Although I don't really know if, yeah, we'll see. What you making? This is the quiz sketch for today, and then afterwards we're gonna go to the project that we're gonna work on this week, which is churning the Caitlyn from Arcane, the Netflix TV show, turning her into a more realistic human, let's say. So, the Arcane series is pretty stylized, so we're gonna we already took Vi as well as Jinx and turned them into more realistic versions. So if you want to check those out, you can do that on, I guess, Instagram or whatever, for example. And we're going to do the same with Caitlyn too. And then I think that's going to be the last one so far. Maybe at some point we're going to do more, but that's sort of the end for this sort of project right now. Maybe, yeah, I think I want to do something else before we might go back to like the same again. I don't want to do 4 months of like these characters. Gotta go. We'll come back soon. Okay. I'll see you. Welcome. I mean, thank you for visiting. There you go. Look at him. Nice teeth right there. Dentist is really happy about him. He looks so weird now. It looks like he's awkwardly smiling for some reason. If he like pull his upper lip up like this. Oh no. Let's see if we can make him look somewhat let's see if we can make him look somewhat angry or epic, because that's not gonna work. Oh no. Okay, let's see. I think he needs to look more angry. Look at that. Oh yeah. Okay. There you go. Let's add some more plating here. I'm not gonna do it fully like the sketch. Actually, it might look pretty similar actually. I don't want to go too far off the main head, I guess you could say. I want to stick to it pretty much. But maybe we can still get to a similar look. So you can see the flames are kind of going off of his head shape, I guess. I want to keep them there for now, just because it's easier to sculpt them this way. But maybe we can pull them up later. There you go. Fill that up. Perfect. If you haven't seen the last session where we did here for Vi, I talked about a very, very, very important, I guess you could say, setting in the particle brush tool in the add tool to speed up your, I guess, workflow, probably times twofold, whatever you want to say. Very, very, very important. I actually discovered that just recently, probably like a few months ago. I think when I started streaming, one of the first characters that I did, I discovered that setting. That can speed up the process a lot. If you want to check that out, make sure to do that. In 15 minutes, that's when the next clip is gonna go live on my, I guess you could say, clips channel now. It was before I posted all my quick sketches there, but then I at some point paused because it was taking up too much time, and now I decided to turn that into like a clips channel for streams, for example. And that tip will go up there today. So if you want to check that out, maybe you want to do some hair, might be interesting. Just 35 seconds, so it's not too long. Welcome back, Q2. Hope you have enjoyed your day so far. How's the future? Time-wise. Hope it's not too dark. I mean, it's pretty dark for me as well. Anyway, it's pretty dark for me already, so you know. It couldn't be any darker, I guess. We have flying cars. Oh wow, nice. I'm pretty excited. I would actually like to see whether or not the predictions back in the day, like future predictions, whether those have actually like reasoning behind them. I would actually know, like whether they just said like, oh, you know, this could happen, you know, maybe they evolve, like humanity evolves in this way and then we have flying cars, or if they just sort of pulled some ideas out of their, you know, out of thin air and just said like, hey, you know what, let's do some predictions, maybe we have flying cars in the future, you know. And then now you can kind of see that wouldn't really make sense at all. Like, why would we have flying car? That would just make everything worse. You would have like way more fatal crashes, you would have way more interference with like, you know, you can not only then drive your car into a wall of a house, you could also drive it into a window of a skyscraper. I don't think that would make a lot of sense to get. So, you know, it's I wonder if they have like had like actual reasoning for it. Back in the day they said we will run out of oil on the planet by 2000. I guess they mispredicted it by a few years. But that one actually makes sense, you know, not like flying cars. Yesterday you were in 3.0 now, I mean beta, now in 3.0. Yep. I decided to update my startup file and I upgraded to 3.0, the actual version, because I thought maybe there are some changes, you know, there has to be some changes in the file itself between 3.0 and 3.0 beta. So I did the change just to make sure that everything's perfect, everything optimized. Okay, I'm wasting too much time on this little mohawk thing. Let's do some more here. I'm gonna prepare the horn right here. Right there, perfect. Okay, let me save real quick. Okay. Oh, there it is. We're at 310. Oh, reschedule day 310. Only 55 left. Crazy. Then it's the full year. There you go. Okay. We have the horn. Let's go to the next step here. I want to separate these things a little bit more, so I'm gonna do some cuts right there. I will also, I guess, make the head look cooler by adding some plating here in the back. I'm just gonna add some random stuff right there. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Let's make it look even cooler. Yeah, I feel like, you know, back in the day it was just like, well, you know, it's pretty cool that we have driving cars, but what if we have flying cars? Without like much thought about it. It was just some sort of random idea that somebody had. I wonder if that theory actually got developed while we didn't have what was it, like while we didn't have any planes, for example, and so it would kind of make sense to put something in the air. But you know, then we have, I guess, flying cars with commercial airplanes, sort of, or even normal planes. I guess you could say those are, you know, cars in the air. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that at all. I don't think that's ever gonna pass because it doesn't really make sense. The air is already occupied. Nobody needs cars in there too. Because then, like, what would you have to do to get your driver's license, you know? It would basically be the same that you would have to do for a plane license. I don't think like your normal person would do that. And then it wouldn't really make sense for a car manufacturer to sell it, because, you know, who would buy it if nobody can drive them? And so, you know, it doesn't really make sense. But maybe I'm wrong, you know, maybe you're right. Or, I mean, you said you're right, you know, it's the future. 2 hours, so a lot can happen in 2 hours, yeah, maybe. Maybe. Have you seen these Fortnite events? A lot can happen in a short amount of time, so you never know. Pretty funny how quickly, like, these super epic or super big live events can become the, I guess, can become like normal, or I guess, you know, how fast people adapt to the new standard. Like, if you think about like the first Fortnite event, it was like unheard of, never to be seen before. Nobody has ever done something like that. Everybody was there, everybody was hyped. And then afterwards, they get better and better and better, but it like not like in the beginning everybody streamed it, everybody joined in, and now not even like just normal, I guess, usual Fortnite streamers, I guess, now stream it, nobody else, because it's so normal now for Fortnite to do these. I think it's going to be special again if other games do it, but probably going to be a long way after, like, to get to the level of Fortnite, because it's such a mobile game, or at least the engine is. So once we get into the era where every game is made in like Unreal Engine 5, for example, I think that's what we're going to get, like way more of these. But right now I think it's just too early. 12 minutes. Oh wow, nice. We don't have a neck yet, but I want to work on that later. Now it's just like, oh, new Fortnite event? Oh yeah, well, I guess, cool. They change their map like every 3 months, and then still nobody cares. Now they have the rock in the newest one. I didn't even know, like, I don't even think I've seen all of them. Like, even just like thumbnails. Okay. Let's add the first horn. I don't know if we're gonna add the big ones, because then it's not gonna fit in the frame. I don't think we're gonna add those. There you go. Imagine being like an artist. I guess that is pretty common, but still, imagine being some sort of artist that you know, creates, for example, these Fortnite events, and then just like the first one is like super well received. Everybody hypes it up, and it's like actually as good as the hype was. I don't know if that was the case, but you know, still, I don't know if there was hype because nobody knew what would happen. But still, and then afterwards, you do something. You I guess do something even better, and even better, and even better, and then at some point it's just like nobody cares anymore, and you know, in your mind you still get better and better and better. Pretty weird, probably. It's kind of weird how also like Fortnite has just become nobody really talks about it anymore. Everybody, you know, I guess, you know, hype has its limits, but it feels like it's less important or less popular now than, for example, games like League of Legends. Maybe also just because now that the TV show is out, more people talk about it again. But it kind of feels like I don't really see any stuff about Fortnite anymore. Maybe that's just the YouTube algorithm. But not even like big content creators that I sort of remember doing Fortnite do it still. Or maybe I don't really watch any of that stuff, so I don't really get to see it anyway. I mean, it's already been like a few years, so maybe that's the case. Maybe BRs are getting old. I don't think BRs, I think BRs are like MOBAs, that there's always going to be an audience, but it's, you know, there was like the big hype period, but then at some point it just kind of fizzles out into the, I guess, appropriate amount of people. Until maybe something else comes out, like Squid Games, AAA Squid Game. Maybe. I don't think that's gonna be good, but maybe, you know, there's like a certain idea that you can do there for games that might be interesting. But I guess Squid Game, you could also say is like a BR, so it's not really like super original. Wait, 8 minutes? Yeah, I think it's why is it so small on my screen? Hold on. There you go. It was too pixelated. Okay. I'm gonna add the neck too, probably, just to, you know, add something. As I always like to say, it looks weird without it. Looks like a flying head, and a flying head looks weird. Similar to a flying building, you know, without any earth underneath it. Also looks weird. You have to have a base. There you go. Okay. That's an interesting horn. I think I'm gonna keep it there though. I don't want to make too much. I think it's okay. It's good enough, okay? That's all that matters. Let's get into some other stuff. We can work these details out some more here. I think the eye is okay. We can go to the neck. I think the neck, maybe even here just a little bit. Give it some more curves. Make it nice and curvy. Not only Caitlyn can be curvy, okay? This dude can too. Doesn't have to be his body. Can also be his head, I guess. Look at that. Isn't that erotic? Okay. Let's get into the neck. Invert grab. Crazy how many new songs I've added to the playlist that I haven't heard before, because I always set it to random song. There's always at least one that I haven't heard before. Or at least one where I think like, hey, I've never heard that song before. I probably heard it like once or so, but now that there are so many, it's hard to like play the same song twice in the same stream. So it doesn't really feel like it's repeating at all, which is nice. Oh, that's the song I heard before. while we're speaking of it. Okay, time to add some detail into the neck. I don't want to go more than this. I think I want to stay here. I feel very comfortable here. I don't want to go too far into the shoulder or upper body region, because that can entail a lot of more work, and I don't want to do more work. So we're going to stick with this. Let's just kind of detail the neck out. We have 3 minutes, so that should be the best use of our time, and then we're done. And then we can go straight back to the clothing, or to Caitlyn. I did some detailing, just a little bit, for the face. Added some smaller, I guess, you know, details, let's say. Nothing crazy, just a little bit. And then I still need to add the skin shader. I didn't do it today. I think I did it for Vi after the first day. But we're not going to see it anyway, because we're going to work on the clothing today. So maybe I can add it like for tomorrow, when we're going to work on the hair. We'll see. Yeah. We can maybe even copy most of Jinx's hair, because Jinx's hair is pretty similar to hers. She also has like everything tied into 2 ponytails, Jinx. I think from what I remember, Caitlyn has a similar hairstyle where they just, you know, puts them all in a ponytail, but in one of, I think, or in a bun, one of these. So we can probably use most of what we have for Jinx already. And then, yeah, most, or not most of the work, but at least a lot of the work is already done, which means, that doesn't mean that we didn't just are done with the hairstyle. We can even detail the hair even more, which would be even better. So we can iterate and improve. Okay, now he kind of looks like some weird totem when his neck is so small, but I'll accept it. Maybe if you give him a huge a huge, what is it called again? Give him huge traps, maybe then it's gonna look better. Right now it looks like a small statue with a big head. Now it looks like he has a t-shirt on. Let's see if we can make him look more menacing. There you go. I haven't thought about next week, but I have some ideas. Maybe something Christmas themed. I think that could be pretty cool. I had an idea with like photo scanning. I don't really know if I can figure that out for next week though. So maybe we'll do that at some other point. But yeah, we'll see. To be determined. But definitely probably something for Christmas or Christmas-y. Just to get in the mood, you know. Probably not, maybe not a character, more maybe something maybe ArcViz, or yeah, we'll see. "14 seconds. Well, I guess we're done. There you go. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Perfect time. We're done exactly at 0 seconds. Perfect. Okay, let's add the eye and then we can do the render. I'm just going to use a good old UV sphere, because why not? I probably want to use an iris actually, so I'm going to rotate this. And then I'm just going to put it in first. He only has one eye, so that's good. Right there. Okay. And then bring it back. I also thought about maybe going through some Blender add-ons. Of course, there probably aren't that many for Blender 3.0. But maybe there are some that can kind of speed up any process for me that I haven't looked into too much, you know? Because right now, you know, I think there's still room for improvement when it comes to speed. So maybe if you know any good, I guess, add-ons that you know, maybe use yourself that are useful for, I guess, efficiency, then tell me. There you go. And then, yeah, maybe I'll add them to my collection too. As you can see, I've already set up my shaders, my shaders that I oftentimes use in a neat little folder that I can now see in every Blender project that I use. In the new asset, what is it? Asset, in the asset browser. So I can just pull this on my model and then I immediately have the material applied. I don't have to append it and go through 70 folders to find it, which is awesome. I wanted to do that for textures as well, but I'm not quite sure if that works. I need to figure that out. Okay. Let's add a second one here. New one. And we assign. Perfect. No specularity. Oh, I also saw that they actually featured the subsurface IOR and subsurface anisotropy and whatever on the actual Blender page, going over the features or some of the features of Blender 3.0. And they said natural human skin has approximately, I think, 0.8 anisotropy, whatever. So I might set that up for the Caitlyn shader too, so it looks even better. Ooh. Yeah, maybe I'll do that too. It works for textures too. Okay, I need to figure that out then, because I have so many textures that I don't want to browse all the time. Same with HDMIs. I think I'm just gonna maybe this weekend go through all of it and figure that out, so I have everything in every file that I open, and I don't need to, you know, browse through millions of folders. Thank you, MSR Sculpts, to confirm that. Welcome. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. Okay, let's get this done. Kind of looks like a Doom character. Okay, first of all, append. See, there we have it. Another appendation. I wonder if we can, you can probably append scenes, right? So you could append, or at least, no, I don't want to append, but I want to, like, yeah, I'm going to figure out what you can do with file browsers. Okay, what do we need? We need the lighting. There you go. Perfect. Okay. I also saw that they improved the open image denoiser here, so I'm going to use that one instead of the other one, the denoising node. I don't know what the difference is between them, but you know, I'm just going to use the one that they mentioned they improved to have the maximum, you know, the maximum performance, I guess, or quality. It seems like, hold on. What is it? I guess it's slow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't like to use the what is a denoiser in my what is it in my 3D view, but at least in my render, of course, because that can save a lot of time. I also have another one. I don't know if they maybe have a similar technique, but I have another advanced denoiser with a different, like with a certain compositor node setup that also works very well, but I haven't tested it in 3.0. So maybe I'll test that out at some point too. So many things I want to do, so little time. Okay. Let's do the shader. Oh, now let's look at this. We can go into the shader list and we can go to... Hold on. It's somewhere on Q. Where's my Q? Oh, hold on. We're at F. There it is. Quick sculpt. And then we can drag it onto the character. And now he has the quick sculpt material applied. Perfect. Now I don't have to append that all the time. If I can do that for the lighting too, that would be awesome. Okay. Let's save real quick and then let's do the quick sketch. I mean, quick sculpt. This looks pretty good actually. So let's do lighting. We have this. Oh, hello. Looks pretty cool. Let's maybe pull it up a little bit. Make it darker. Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. Let's use one more light. Maybe even in the back. Although then we can't see that much in the front. I kind of want to see the front. Maybe something like this looks cool. Yeah. Okay. And then we need one more for the color. There it is. Nope, that's not the color. That's the color. Yes, perfect. Okay. Which color though? Let's see what we can have. What we do have here. We have this pinkish, purple, magenta, or whatever. What about a nice dark blue, purple blue, like this? Be even a little bit darker, maybe even a little bit desaturated, not too much, just a little bit, like that. Look at that, that's pretty cool. Okay. Fun fact, of course, if you decrease the brightness of a color for the light is just gonna get dimmer, so it's not gonna change too much. Red, I don't know, I think I've used red recently, let's see. I don't want to have the same color at least exactly like after another, but I think we've used a different color yesterday, we'll see. Nope, we've used red yesterday. So I think I want to go with something like this. I think that could be pretty cool too. Or I also thought about the idea of making like dual colors. So put one right there and then the other one right there, maybe up top, right here. And this one can be red. That could be pretty cool too. I think that's going to be too many colors though. I want to stick with one. I think we're going to do this. And then we can go to the world and grab the same color here. There it is. More saturation. I think I actually like that. Maybe a little bit darker though. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Quick render. Let's see what the... Oh, hello. Oh. Let's see what the denoising can do. Looks pretty good. Let's do post-production. There you go. Nope, that's the wrong one. There it is. Now you can see I don't have any denoising node anymore. All I need is my glare lens distortion I just have here because I like it sometimes. But we only need glare. Let's turn him into Jesus for a second. 7 is still too much. Is it? Seems like it. That's pretty good. Okay, perfect. 100%. I actually like to stick with 32 just because it's so quick. So let's render it again in full resolution and then we're done. Let's move it into Photoshop, do some color corrections and then we're good. We good. Why is it taking so long? Let me have a quick drink. Okay. Let's save it and Photoshop. Quick sketch day 2. No, 3. Oh no, perfect. Okay. Save it right there, and then we can go over. Where's my image? Not here. There it is. Okay. Let's do it real quick. Selective color. I could actually do an action, make an action out of this so we can immediately add the same layers that I always use, but I don't want to do that right now. Maybe I'll think about it later. I probably won't. There you go. Okay. Purple and red. Oh. Yeah, I had that before when I talked about the dual color. So we had this sort of bluish purple and then red. I think I want to stick with one color. I think that's just easier. Oh, vibrance. There it is. Perfect. Okay. Done. I got the vodka bottle again. I mean, what do you expect? My 1.5 liters is always right next to me. If I ever need a sip, it's right there. Okay. As always, I not only have my vodka bottle next to me, but I also have my compilation next to me. While I upload this image, you're going to see a quick 3-minute compilation, and then we're going to go back to Caitlyn. Oh. We're going to do the clothing today. We're going to probably grab some of the pieces from Vi to start off with. We're not going to like copy them fully. We just need to, we're just going to grab the base so we have, like, we can save some time there. Wouldn't take a lot of time to set that up again, but why would we do that if we've already done it once? And then we can do the multi-layered clothing. That's going to be the plan for today. And yeah. Let me save the image real quick and then we're good. It's so weird that you can't see the sort of sub windows for every program when you capture it. But I guess it's because it's like a different window. There you go. Okay. Countdown. Be gone. Switch back to Blender. Okay. I will see you in 3 minutes and then we're gonna begin. Hold on, almost. I'm not good at stalling, I'm sorry. I mean, sometimes I am, I guess. There it is. Okay. Perfect. Yep. What are your PC specs? Hold on, let me see. I looked at it before. I guess the most important ones are the ones that you can see in the settings in Blender. Hold on. Preferences. System. I use CUDA in the cycles render devices. So if you go to your settings and then system, I have an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 6GB and then an AMD Ryzen 7 1.7K 8-core processor. That's helpful to you. Yeah. Everything's ready. I'm going to see you in 3 minutes and then we're going to go straight back to Caitlyn. So enjoy the compilation. Okay. We're back and we're in business because now, as you can see, we can continue working on Caitlyn. You'll start the timer for the 3-minute 3 minutes compilation. I actually don't know what the exact number is, but it's somewhat around 3 minutes. Yep. So I've added some more details. So yesterday we were at resolution level 2. Oh, this is 0? Wait, hold on, what? Actually, oh, nice. No, oh, hold on. Okay. So we started with this, of course. Well, it looked a little bit different, but still. Then we went to this, and then we ended yesterday with this. No, this is what I've added to what we had yesterday. So I've detailed the lips a little bit more. I just worked on some shapes here. Detailed the nose just a little bit more. The eyes too. So we have arrived now at this. Today we're going to not care about the face too much. We're going to care about the body. Let's look at the references real quick that we have here. Or I already have one. I already have one in here. Hold on. Where am I? There I am. There it is. What do we have here? We have this one. There you go. So this is the outfit that we're going to model her with. She has 2 outfits in the show. I like this one more. I think this one is also the one that she's wearing the most. She has this uniform, and then she has like this, I guess, more casual outfit. We're gonna model this one. You can see she has like 3 pieces. You could say 2. You could say probably say 2. She has like this under blouse, I guess, and then she has this semi coat, like, no, maybe not a coat, but like semi yeah, this purple thingy here. I don't know all the names. I'm not a fashion designer, okay? And then she also has like some details like these, this hood here. Yeah, but we probably only need to really care about everything that is up here, like the upper body. Everything on the lower body isn't really visible anyway. Yeah, so I would say we can begin with the clothing. Let me just make a quick compilation, a quick collection. Call it clothing, and then we can begin. There's immediately something I need to pull up in a different file, and that is the clothing from Vi. The clothing is I've I guess applied all the modifiers, so it's very high density and not really usable for what we want to do here. But one of the previous files should have the one that I'm looking for. Let me just quickly open that one and see if I can find it. Shouldn't take too long, and then we can import it and we can use it for Caitlyn as well. Wait, wrong folder. There it is. Vi. This one's okay. Backup. There it is. It'll be like here. Yeah, so the idea is basically to model the lowest res, I guess, clothing first, and then we can go into the we can use a multi-resolution modifier to add more detail, and you know, use sculpting to give everything more shape, I guess you could say. I found what I'm looking for. Which version is this? It's version 1H. Okay. Duplicate, put that into a new file. I mean, new collection. Call that for Kate. There you go. Perfect. Okay. I can save this. You don't see what I'm seeing, of course. Okay. 1H. Perfect. So let's import or append what I wanted to grab from Vi, and then we're good. HHH. There it is. For Kate. Okay. You can see what I appended. This is basically the undergarment or whatever whatever it is for Vi. And we're going to use it for her. We don't need this, I guess, all the modeling that we've already done here. We're going to make our own because it looks a little bit different. As you can see here, it's a little bit, I guess it's like buttoned up. So we need some more room up here. So let's model that now. We're going to remove the multi-resolution modifier, and then we can hide the solidify modifier for now. First of all, we need to kind of, you know, I guess, set it up for her model, for her body, and then we can begin. So I guess we just pull it up. Oh, let me switch to flat. There you go. Perfect. Oh. Okay. There it is. Perfect. Not many huge changes we need to do here. It looks pretty good already. There are some changes we need to do though. For example, for the bottom part here. I don't know if we're gonna see this, but if you look at her outfit, you can see she has like this triangle here down there. I don't know if we need to add it though, because it's probably not gonna be visible in the end. Not gonna be visible in the end. We could probably do it though. Shouldn't take too long. We can maybe even just pull this down, to be honest, like this. That should be enough. Pull it up here, just a little bit, and then we're good. He's also a little bit thinner, so we can pull everything a little bit closer together. Then we have I think this one is actually without, what is it called again? The shoulder support, I guess. You can see sometimes these sort of tops have the rubbers on, like, around the arm, so that it like holds like its place. It doesn't necessarily have like the strap over the shoulder. It could be some like clothing like this. We can probably remove it. I don't think that's gonna be too bad. That could actually work in our favor. So we don't need to care about that. So we can just do some adjustments here. Bing bam pow, and we're good. Perfect. Okay. Let's go into the next step, which is more detail. Or first of all, we need to adjust 1 or 2 more things, and then we're good. First thing is, I actually want to remove half of this, which is the other side, basically. I want to remove all of this so I can model symmetrically, so I can sculpt symmetrically, so I can save a lot of time. So let's remove this and then add a mirror modifier, set it to clipping, and then we're good. I'm just going to make sure that everything's clipped. Perfect. Same here. Perfect. Okay. Now what I want to do is I just want to combine these. Bring them in the middle, and there you go. We have our perfect shirt. As we said before, call them straps or overalls. Yeah, I guess you could say that too. Okay. You know what? I think she has a strap right there, but I think it's a little bit thinner. What we can probably do is we can make a an adjustment here. What I want to do is I want to create a cut right there and there. Perfect. And then I need one more right here, which will be hard to do. Let's just do this. Only face, and then we're going to subdivide this. So we can pull this into the middle, and then we have a nice little color right here. Why do we need a color? Because we then can turn this into a more appropriate looking, I guess undergarment, whatever you want to call it. What I want to do is I want to remove probably all of this, and then this too. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Maybe even this one. Remove all this, and then we can create the actual border for the outfit. Okay. Remove only faces. There you go. And then let's create the actual good topology. There you go. Put that together, and then I'm going to create the border. Shouldn't take too long. I know my poly modeling now. Done it a little bit now over the last few months. There you go. So we have the border here. Then we need to do the same on the other side. Perfect. Let's do it here. So for this one, you can see here that it has like an arm thingy attached to it. I think I want to make that arm thingy separate. So we don't need to care about that one, but what I want to care about is like a good transition from here to here. So we can definitely model this already. Just extrude it out like this. There you go, perfect. And then we need to care about the transition from here to here. We can probably just... Wait. Can we just not... Wait, we can just connect that, right? That's it. Oh, I actually wanted to have like a good... I guess we can subdivide both like this, and then we can combine them. Nope. Combine those two, please. Then we have a pretty good transition there, because I want to move all this closer together, because it's supposed to be a strap and not some sort of shirt-like thingy. So we can move these things together a little bit so it looks more like these types of clothing. We're going to use some sculpting to even those things out some more, but I think that's pretty good. So now we have a good, I guess, connection to the arm thingy right here. It could probably even be a little bit lower. I'm going to leave it there for now, though. There you go. It doesn't really matter where we connect here, the vertices. What I really care about right now is the middle part. We can add the shoulder or the arm thing later. So this one looks pretty good. We can see we have the button thingy there in the middle. I think what I want to do there is I want to add that later. So we don't need to care about it too much right now. We have the outfit right now, or at least the shape. So what we can do now is we can basically... let me duplicate this real quick just so we have a backup. There you go. And then we can create the detailed version. How do we do that? First of all, let's make sure that Solidify looks good. Okay. Actually, we need to do it now, but it shouldn't be hard. What I want to do is I want to apply the mirror modifier. Good that it didn't. I pressed, okay. Control A, of course, to apply a... Wait, did I... Hold on. Control A. Why can't I apply modifiers anymore? Oh, there you go. And then I want to separate these two. There you go. Can I just press V? Perfect. Separate them. What I want to do then is I want to grab both edges. I want to move one in front of the other. There you go. I want to extrude it one more time. Move it over there. Slightly. Oh. Come on. Why don't you move? I don't really get why it doesn't move. Is there anything there? Is there like... Oh. Is it... Oh, wow. Okay. Apparently the X mirror that was enabled did something with it. There you go. We're going to do the same for this piece here too. So I'm going to pull it to the side a little bit. Maybe over there. Perfect. And then I just want to extrude it once. Perfect. So now we basically have like this overlaying part. And then we can basically go in here and we can enable solidify. And now we can see we have this overlaying part there too. We can probably fine tune it a little bit too. Yeah, let's fine tune it a little bit. Yeah. Welcome, Le Phantom 57. I see. Good choice of a number. 56 and 58 are both boring. You made the right choice. Welcome. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. Hope you're excited for some clothing modeling, for some outfit modeling. You can see right here, this is the first layer that we're going to do. And then we're going to add the second layer afterwards. Let's do some... oh, you can see here, we have way less... You know what? We can do that in sculpting. Let's go into sculpting. This is the fun part. Oh, hold on. We forgot one more thing. Which is the geometry in the back here. Let's do that real quick. I probably also want to move solidify inwards. I think that'll be better because then I can still see the geometry on the outside. I think that's better. And then we can connect these two. Perfect. Oh, that's wrong. There you go. And then connect them. Perfect. Okay. Go into sculpting and do some adjustments. I like to use sculpting instead of, for example, proportional editing, just because it's way easier to work with. It's more intuitive, for me at least, and more responsive. So I use proportional editing. And you can also do stuff like, like smoothing, which lets you change the geometry position, for example. So if you go to wireframe, you can see the geometry is pretty bad. We can do stuff like slide relax to move it in a more, I guess, advantageous position. Like this, sprays it out some more. There you go. Perfect. If we use smooth, that'll change the shape. I don't want to change the shape, I just want to move the geometry, space it out some more. That's why I use this slide relax. Perfect. Okay. So now that we have the basic shapes done, let's go into the next step. Which would be the... Is it actually okay now? We have one more here. Move it closer. There you go. Okay. Now that we have that, let's go into the detail phase. Which means let's just apply a multi-resolution modifier. Hit subdivide, and you can see we have some problems here. Let's fix those real quick. The problems are basically just that multi-resolution is basically like subdivision, which means it smoothes everything. We can circumvent those smooths in areas where we don't want to have the smooth. Like, for example, down here, you can see here, we have this weird curve right there, but it's supposed to stay pretty, you could say, I guess, pretty sharp. I don't think you can see it here. Wait. Oh, so this isn't actually like a full-on button up. It's more like a half button up, I guess, like a polo shirt, where you have like 2 buttons up top, but nothing else down there. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to do like a full-on button shirt. I think that's easier. So let's just select these edges, make them sharp by pressing Shift E, sharpen them, and then we have nice and sharp edges. Let's do that for here too, and then we're good. This actually stays while we're sculpting, so we don't need to worry about messing it up there. There you go. And now everything is nice and sharp. Perfect. Let's go back into sculpting. Now we basically just do the same that we've done for the body, increasing the resolution as much, or as as much as we need or want, until we get the desired result, and then we can go to the next piece. One thing we need to, of course, think about is the middle part there. We're gonna care about that later, though. Let's first kind of change the overall look of everything. Oh, I want to stick pretty close to the skin with this piece of clothing, just because the other one is like a corset, so it will push down everything. So we need as much space for that as possible. Otherwise, it looks kind of weird. It looks like she's putting on a lot of weight. We had that with Vi, so I needed to change like her, I guess, body as well as her clothing a little bit to make it look more natural. So I kind of want to see if I can do that immediately here. We can see here kind of poking through. I think that's the closest we get. Perfect. One thing that I would like to see is solidification, or the solidify modifier in sculpting in sculpt mode. I think that could be a really useful thing. I just noticed that we had symmetry disabled, so we don't have any geometry here. Let's see if we mess everything up now, if we add it now. Let's see. Okay, well, that could be a problem, but it shouldn't be too much. Yeah, looks pretty good. Perfect. Let's just adjust it here too. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Well, didn't do too much. Perfect. So we have the first layer. I don't think we can do too much in here. We can maybe bring it closer to the body, so that we have enough space for the rest of the pieces. There you go. Perfect. Back here looks good too. We don't see the back too much, but you know, we can at least look at it a little bit. Okay. Let's adjust the... yeah, now we can kind of adjust the shape a little bit more for stuff like the what is it? This thing here. It is escaping me again. The color. We can change the shape a little bit, which should be pretty simple if we just use the boundary brush. Grab the boundary brush and then we can just do a quick setting here. Geometry, bend, loop. And then if we select that, we can do some funky tricks right here. I don't want to do too much because this is still pretty low resolution. So I'm just going to do it a little bit to kind of get the shape in there already. You can probably do the same here too. Ooh, look at that. Perfect. Oh, we have to do that for this for the other side too. Perfect. Okay. Time to save. Okay. Perfect. I think that's all we can really do here. I don't think there's much more we can do. It's pretty, I guess, simple, the thing. We don't really see too much of it anyway. Let me just quickly see if there's any... Oh, there's a problem. Pretty hard to see in here. So let me just change the color here real quick. I think I'm just going to set this to random. Now we can see words penetrating the body. There you go. Oh, wait, what? No. There you go. Yeah, but we're going to set up all my stuff. Yeah, I'm going to see how much you can actually do with, what are they called again? The asset browser, what you can add there. If possible, I would like to add HDMIs, I would like to add textures, which apparently works. Maybe even lighting scenes, maybe even world settings, or world shaders, I guess you could call them. Because then I could just say, hey, I want to have this lighting, and then you just drag it over and then you have it. That could be pretty cool and very, very, I guess, neat to have. You know, not always having to find the blend file where you've used it before. You know, is quite handy. You have done all that today, or maybe the body before. Yeah, I've done the body yesterday, and today we're going to work on the clothing. So yeah, the body we've done yesterday. If you want to see that, the stream should be up with timestamps. Usually, you know, the stream that is currently going, I just call like what we do, and then once the stream is done, I then basically give it like a part number. So this would be part 2 basically. Okay. Yeah, another level of resolution. Oh, let me see if there's any. Nope, looks pretty good. Perfect. Let's go to the next level. Use interesting clothing choice. Yeah. I think it looks pretty cool actually. You know, like Piltover, where she's from. I think it fits quite well. So now we have the an appropriate level of resolution to add some folds, the first few. We don't really need to do more here. We can at least kind of, I guess, make it more, bring it closer to the body, because now we have more resolution. And then we'll add some major folds, and then we add probably one more resolution, maybe even 2, to add these smaller folds. And that should be all we need to do. What I mean with major folds, for example, is detailing this sort of, what is it? The I always forget it, dude. It's unbelievable. The color, just a little bit, you know. Okay. Yeah, so today we're gonna work on the clothing. Tomorrow we're gonna work on the hair, and then on Thursday we'll see where we are, what the current state is. Let's say we're definitely gonna finish this week. Probably not on stream though, because it takes a little bit longer than 4 streaming days. So yeah, that's at least the plan. Okay, let's add some folds. First of all, we have quite a few big ones. I'm going to make the crease brush a little bit smaller so I can do have some more leeway here. We have some big folds right here, because usually if you have something on your shoulder, it's oftentimes sort of pinching together, which you would have right here, and then it kind of expands right here again. So I want to add some major folds right there. We're going to detail them out some more with one more resolution, but at least we can, you know, build them up already. There you go. So those are some that we can already add. A few more that we can maybe add are the... Maybe we can actually start with the buttons already. We kind of have to imagine where the buttons would be right now, but I think we can have some here. Not going to be too visible right now, but at least a little bit. And then we have some lines going in different directions for the buttons. Let's add one more here. But, you know, we don't have too much resolution to really do much there, but at least we can start the sort of, I guess, shape. Okay. Down here, we can also add some. So we can do the folds here. Just a little bit. Oh, we need to remove symmetry now, because folds are very asymmetrical, if you didn't know. So let's add those too. Just like here, for example. This will probably not be visible, as I said multiple times. So what I also said about Vi's project is that I want to be a little bit more conscious about what you can actually see in the end. We're probably not going to be able to see these folds anyway, or this piece of the clothing, so we don't need to spend too much time on it. Same with the bag. I'm just going to do some scribbles there and leave it at that. Perfect. Something old Spanish style. Really? I've never really looked into, I guess, different like country styles, I guess. You mean like conquistadors? I don't know if that's what you mean, but that's what comes to mind immediately. Okay. I think it's supposed to be like, yeah, steampunk pirate. Yeah. I think that's like what Pill Tower is like supposed to sort of represent. Like a machine pirates, sort of like that. Welcome back, Dusty. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. Maybe even your Tuesday evening. I think it's pretty late for you already, right? If I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you still have the whole day in front of you. I think by now everybody sort of is at least at like 13 p.m. Maybe Australia already woke up again. I don't know. Okay, let's detail the color just a little bit more, and then we can go straight back to the next level. Not back to forward. Back into the future, basically. Okay. Boundary. And then just a little bit. Okay, we can detail it out some more later. I just want to start it. We can actually I want to make these folds a little bit smaller, so what we can also do is we can go into the brush settings and increase the boundary origin. Yep, set that to 2, for example, and then the radius will be twice as big as the brush radius. So we can still have these small folds while having a bigger radius, which can be pretty useful. Ooh. There you go. 2 p.m. Oh, that's pretty cool. So it's actually not that late for you. Damn. I thought that I could remember correctly. I don't know if I ever asked you that, actually. So you still have basically the whole day in front of you. You're a lucky man. Or a lucky person, I guess. You're lucky, let's say. There you go. Okay, let's do the same here for these things here, and then we're good. There you go. Same on the other side. Perfect. Some looked a little bit too extreme, so I'm just moving them. Okay. Let's go to the next level. Wait, before we do that, I want to add some more folds down here. Usually we have some more folds here too. Right here. Especially going up like this. That's actually something we might see. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Oh, same on this side. There you go. Okay. We're ready to go into the next level of resolution. Now this will be probably the interesting one, or at least the first interesting one. Level 3. I think for Vi I actually went into level 6 for one of the pieces, if I remember correctly. Because I wanted to add some very, very fine detail. Let me actually pull up a quick blouse reference, just so I can see what it looks like. Why do we get so many not safe for work pieces when I Google blouse? Why is that? Why does Google always like to troll me like that? I just want to see some normal pieces of clothing, and then you can see some see-through blouses here. That's not what I'm looking for. I want to see the wrinkles and folds, and not, you know, not the organic ones. Okay. Now we can detail this some more, which I really wanted to do. There you go. Perfect. I don't know why I wanted to do this, because we're going to see it in the end anyway. Damn it. I need to still train my future eye to see what I should focus on and whatnot. Okay, then let's not focus on that. Let's focus on these buttons first. So the button would be somewhere over here. It's kind of hard to see. Hold on, let me change the... Maybe this one works better. Oh, well, that's... Maybe not. I'm just going to stick with this. So the button would be somewhere over here. Let's add some folds there. Going wide. Perfect. Okay, that's the first one. Let's do the other side too. You can see we still have low resolution for this, so we don't need to... I guess we can't really go into too much detail just yet. But soon. Hopefully. And also I want to not apply the resolutions or the multi-resolution this time. That's the I guess problem that I had with Vi, that I applied everything for the clothing, which made Blender super slow. I want to avoid that this time, because that can take a lot of time to work with, let's say. So if I can avoid it, I would like to. Last time I wanted to do some changes, like in the shape of the jacket, for example, and then it took like ages for it to, I guess, process that. If I can avoid that, then I will definitely do that. So this time, I'm not going to apply all the modifiers. Okay. Then we have one more button right here. What are your computer specs? Hold on, let me look it up again. Somebody already asked. Hold on. I can't remember. I can't keep it in my head. I should probably do that because, some people already asked me over the time. Okay, let's see. It is in system cycles render devices, at least. I think that's the most important ones. NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 6GB, and then AMD Ryzen 7 1.7K 8-core processor, and then I think like 32 gigs of RAM. I think that's right. That's any help to you. Use it with caution. Yeah, I would like to upgrade at some point, but I think that's going to be in like 2 years or so, when all the scalpers, or when all the, I don't know, when Bitcoin isn't as hot anymore, I don't know, when we can finally get some graphic card for reasonable prices. And then I'm probably gonna upgrade my PC again, but right now it's just kind of ridiculous. I don't really look at it right now. I wanted to this year, but you know, doesn't really make sense right now. They're hard to find, yeah. I also, if I upgrade, I would like to like go pretty high immediately, so I don't have to worry about it for a long time. But you know, right now it's not really an option. I think I could rather buy a full PC and for the same price than just get a GPU. That's how weird it is. I think James actually put that in the Discord, like how you have graphics cards that are more expensive than actually pre-built PCs. Pretty dumb. Or ridiculous. So I'll just wait. I can still live with my specs right now for a few, I don't know, for a few years. Okay, so we're pretty close to the level that I want to get to. Let's look at the P's here. Any folds that I'm missing? What are they? I guess they're called like shoulderless blouse. Oh, there it is. Okay. There's not that much left. Nope. Looks pretty good. Welcome back, Nathan. Hope you have some awesome PC specs. The new Mac M1 Max computers are insanely good. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really using like a Mac PC at home. I'm using it at work, but not really using it at home. I'm using it at work. I don't want to switch everything around because yeah, I don't want to figure that whole new system out. And I think Windows PCs are also, you know, more convenient for gaming, so I don't want to switch. Welcome, Nathan. That's what I wanted to say. Didn't want to out you, or you know, maybe I gave you a reason to brag. You know, maybe you have some awesome PC specs. Maybe nobody ever asked you about them. Now it's the time to brag. Do you have a 3090 RTX? Maybe even 2 Titan? I don't know what they're called. You can't game on a Mac. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. So I'm sticking to Windows. I think it's also easier to upgrade. You know, for Mac, it's like, hey, I want to upgrade my PC. Well, I guess I can buy a new one. Of course, you can probably upgrade it somehow, but, you know, it's not as convenient and easy as Windows. You can play with 2 FPS. Yeah. Oh, another trick, with the boundary brush, you can see how sharp these sort of waves are right now. We can also switch that. If we go to the boundary brush, we can switch the fall off right here. Nope, right there. Fall off. Set that to round, for example, and then we get some nice round waves. Or maybe not. Why not? Hold on. Maybe it's too small. Ah. That's the problem. I guess we can still do it. There you go. Perfect. We need to stick to... Do we actually need that here? No, I don't think we do. We just need to stick to the body though up here, because we need to use this to connect the shoulder piece to the middle part. So we need to stick pretty close here. That's pretty good. Perfect. Okay. I also want to make sure that the clothing doesn't, I guess, clip into each other, because that would create weird weight painting. I can fix it later, but I would rather just not have to fix it at all. Let's see if we can keep it as close to the body as we can. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Let's, you know what? Why not? We're just gonna go down here too and add some detail to these folds. If we're already here, why not? Perfect. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the maximum. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Next level. I think we need one more, maybe 2. Let's see how much we have now. Yeah, the problem is always if we don't have enough geometry, it look weird in shading, not very detailed. So especially for these very, very fine pieces of cloth, it might be better to go higher. Now that we also, you know, don't need to apply the multi-resolution modifier, we can use more higher resolution levels. There you go. Okay. So that's there. And we have the button right there. And then we have these folds. Yeah, you know, playing probably Minecraft with a shader on a Mac, I don't think is a good idea. I remember we tried to play Minecraft on the good old PC, I mean on the good old school PCs. I think it actually worked. I don't remember. I think we were able to download it, and I think we actually played it there. But of course we had to remove it once we were done. Actually, no, I think we just left it there in some weird obscure folder that nobody would find, so that we can just open it up again when we're back in the next programming or like what would you call that, like IT lesson. we would just boot it up again. I don't think we could have. I think we could have even played multiplayer because we're in the same sort of network. I don't know how that would work. Would be pretty funny. Playing multiplayer Minecraft in school. I just saw like I think I saw a TikTok before, some sort of meme video where somebody, I think they were actually playing Minecraft in the school lesson, and they actually had like some houses and all that, like a full world, and somebody went in there with like 50 TNT and just blew everything up, and then he filmed the person like which, like the house the owner of the house, let's say, and you could just see how he tried not to say anything because it's like he isn't allowed to play it, but he also wanted to rage because now everything is destroyed. That was pretty funny. What is more worth to you? Getting detention or raging over your Minecraft house? I think the choice is pretty easy there. It's definitely gonna be the house, of course. What do you expect? You probably put more time into that house than the entire work that you've done in that class before. Okay. I don't know if we need to add more resolution, actually. Maybe a little bit. You know what? Maybe not. We'll see what it looks like in smooth view. If it looks good there, then I don't think we need to. Need to remember the origins of the buttons because I kind of messed it up here. Oh, it shouldn't be too hard to fix. There you go. Okay. I think the only thing that we did at some point is so one time I don't know who did, but one of my classmates played some weird song the entire time, very, very quietly until I think he played it like on level 1, volume 1, and then he increased the volume more and more and more until the teacher noticed it. But of course, they couldn't see where it was coming from, so they just ended it, and then, you know, everything proceeded as normal. And I think then another time we had to program, I think, a game or something in Scratch. I think we just said, like, screw this. We just said screw this, and we just programmed like a racing game. And then the teacher was actually pretty chill. So they knew that we were just doing, or no, they didn't know what we were doing at the time. But then when we had to, I guess, present it, everybody kind of knew, like, oh, they did some garbage, basically. You know, they did something completely different. We still like explained entirely what we did, like, oh, you know, we built this track, and then we drew like different colors for the track, and then the grass and all that. If you get into the grass, you had to reset, or your car resets and all that. So we explained all this, and then we showed how we played it. And the teacher actually didn't say anything. I don't know if we had a grade, if we got a grade for that. I don't think we did. I was actually curious what the teacher either said or like what grade we got for it. But it was pretty funny. Yeah, I think that was one of the classes. That's the problem, you know? If you're a teacher, everybody hates strict teachers. But if you have one that is like super chill, most people or most students just exploit that to the max and just see how far they can go before they, you know, I guess before the teacher snaps or whatever. So it's like you're screwed either way. So I guess you just choose which one you want to do more, you know. I guess the chill teacher is liked more by the students, but I guess it depends on what you want to value more, like, you know, the students learning something, or the yourself saving your sanity again. It's your choice. Okay, let's see what it looks like smoothed. I think we can do one more. I'm missing the sharpness right now, but I think once we have that, we're pretty good. Yeah. And then that's basically the first layer already done. Or at least the first draft. Maybe we'll do some changes here later. Okay. Get back into there. Do one more layer. But before we do that, let me just do some changes. There you go. Okay. There you go. We can go to the next resolution very soon, and then we have the first thingy done. We can probably add the buttons, and then we're good. The buttons actually don't have these holes, the 4 holes for the strings, so it's even easier. The right shoulder sitting high off her body. Yeah, that's what we thought about, whether there's a strap over his shoulder or not. I think there is. Just the way how you can see this color going. I think there's something going over his shoulder. I don't know if there's like a scene where she's putting all that stuff on. I don't think so. But you can see how it's like going up. I think it would, if it's just like a shoulderless top, it would stay pretty horizontal. But as you can see here, it kind of goes up according to the, you know, similar to the, I guess, other piece that she's wearing on top. So I think what's happening here is that there's actually like a strap, and the other thing is just kind of attached to it. So that's what I'm going with, at least. You can't really see if there's anything, so it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, I think that's what's going on there. I think we need to pull everything a little bit lower. You can see her collarbone actually, so we need to pull everything just a little bit lower. It's a little bit too high right now. We can probably do that in a lower resolution. Right there. That's why multi-resolution is so helpful. You can just go into a lower resolution and do some more changes there. There you go, perfect. Okay, I think we're good. We can go to one more resolution level, subdivide, and there you go. If her right side in your sculpt is sitting too high, you mean, oh, yeah, that could be true. You mean, put it more further away from her neck, basically. Yeah, we can do that. There you go. Maybe even both sides. We're not going to see the other side too much, but no, why not? We're right. This one? There you go. I think that's okay. Let's save it and do one more level. Okay. Okay. So the AI finally worked. I was able to turn all three of them into real life, you know, characters. So we're not going to be able to do that on stream just because it's the AI, you know, likes to work in 1% of the time. So I just said, well, I'm going to use that opportunity and just do all of them at once. But, you know, if we don't get to it, we're going to... So the plan first was to look at it on stream. If you don't get to that, then we're going to look at it... like, I'm going to include it in the video. We'll see. But it's still going to be a part of the whole project. Because it's, yeah, it's pretty cool to see, like, the difference between the two, you know? I'm not going to spoil anything, okay? You can see it yourself. Let's say I was surprised. I think that's neutral enough to say without spoiling anything. Yeah, you're gonna see it for yourself. It's you know, so the problem always was that the Google Drive or whatever it is, where the Google Collab is sort of sitting on. So, you know, the Google Collab service, let's say, doesn't like to let you download very big files. And if there's a big file in one of these notebooks, like the AI, like, you know, the AI thingy, like there's a certain model that you have to download to turn like characters into real life people, for example. And that is a pretty big file, I think like 1.2 gigabytes. And if a lot of people accessed that file or downloaded that file recently, it throttles the download and doesn't let you download the entire thing. So you have to download it from somewhere else and then install it manually. But it takes so long to install that you always have to stick with the collab file and do any changes in there, because otherwise it'll just terminate your your session. So you always have to do some changes there. Oh, never be AFK basically to keep it alive. That was always the problem. I tried to do that before, but I always got caught into something else, and then like I remembered, oh no, I wanted to keep this alive, and then, you know, it was the session got terminated. But now it actually worked, I guess, in the early hours when I tried it. And then I said, well, you know, if I have the opportunity, let's just do all of them now. So I don't need to fiddle with that anymore. Yeah, I don't know if there's a better solution for that. I don't think I can run it on my PC, like on my PC, because it requires either a Mac for some reason, Mac OS, or the Linux. Of course, I don't have either, so I couldn't really run it on my own PC. I don't really know how to use Linux, so I can't really do that either. And I don't really have like a freely accessible like a Mac either, so no. I guess I'm just stuck with the collab file. But at least it worked now, so I can at least finish this project without any major problems. I have everything that I need now. The only thing that is left unfinished is Caitlyn itself. I think that's enough resolution here. Let's add the buttons. What we could think about is like a small cut in here in the, what is it? In the geometry here, you can see some there. Let's see what that looks like. So if we just save this and then we go back here and we go into edit mode, what we could do is we could separate, for example, the geometry right here or there. Let's just say it there. We press V to separate it. For some reason, that's V. And if we leave that there, we get this. So it's not going to work. Okay. Well, it was worth a try, I guess. Yeah, but it doesn't work. Yeah, I thought about adding those cuts, but I don't want to do them now. So we're just going to leave it like this. Okay. I want to adjust one more thing, which is the color. It's too high above the skin. I want to keep it pretty close to the skin, just because then we have enough room for all the rest of the outfit. It's supposed to be pretty form-fitting, so I want to keep it pretty form-fitting too. Let's just grab the boundary brush and bring it closer to the body. Set it to fall off. Nope. Constant. Just a little bit. Come on. Come on. I'm just gonna do it manually, I guess. Easy enough to set up a Linux virtual machine. If it continues, yeah. Yeah. The problem is, like, once you start messing with any, you know, any any programming language, if you ever run into any problems, you basically have to learn that language before you can solve your problem, because it's probably going to require some basic knowledge about the language, and I don't want to mess with that right now. I think what I'm going to do, if I ever going to use it again, probably at some point, then I'm just going to do all my, like, I'm just going to open it early in the morning so that it's, I guess, less occupied. I think that's going to be the solution. Because, you know, it just doesn't work now, for example. Okay, there you go. Let's save it and let's add the next. Oh, let's add the button first. So let's call this shirt. Or should we add this piece first? I want to add the... Let's add the side piece first. Yeah. But before we do that, let's add some buttons. Buttons shouldn't be too hard. There you go. Good old cylinders. Oh. Perfect. And scale them. Flat, bevel them, and we're good. Oh, hold on. Did I bevel? Nope. Bevel mode. Wrong mode. Wrong mode. I want to have depth. Is that depth? Where's my mode? There it is. Percent. Nope. Offset. Nope. Width. Nope. Depth. Wait, that doesn't work either. Well, I guess that works. There you go. Perfect. Do we need subdivisions? Yeah, why not? Let's add a cut right here, and then we're good. Perfect. Okay, that's the button. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Let's bring the, what is it called? The pivot point to the bottom face, so we can just apply it to the surface with the snapping tool. There you go. Enable snapping, face, individual elements, rotate scale. And then, oh, one more. Line rotation to target, and then zip. Hey, it's perfectly aligned to the surface. Perfect. I think it can actually be a little bit thicker. There you go. Reminds me somewhat of a piece of gum, not gummy, it's some sort of sweet candy. It looks like tablets. Not Tic Tac, something else. Yeah, that's what I ran into when I tried to fix it myself in Collab. Collab uses Python, and I tried to figure out my errors by googling Python, you know, questions, but I couldn't figure it out. So I got pretty lucky, I guess, that it worked there. Okay. Perfect. There it is. So that's the first layer. Let's go to the next. Nope. Before we go to the next layer, let's do the side piece. Let me make sure that this is as close to the body as possible, because otherwise we could run into problems. You know what would be a cool tool for the... Wait, that actually exists. Hold on. I guess it does. So what we could do... Oh, okay, let's see if it works. So if we apply a... No, it doesn't. Nope, doesn't. So what I thought about is using the collision option in the cloth brush to bring it as close to the body as possible. The problem with that is, though, that it... I think we need to apply the multi-resolution modifier for it to see the full resolution that we need for it to be accurate. So we can't really use that, unfortunately. But, you know, it was worth it. You know, the effort was there, I guess. There you go. Okay, onto the shoulder. Okay, so the shoulder, I guess we can just use a cylinder. Doesn't really need to be too much more. We can maybe detail it out a little bit more. We can also, you know what? Nope, we're gonna start with a cylinder. I actually found a trick how you can do, like how I did the wrapping around Vi's hands. There's an easy trick how you can do that. Let me show you how I did it. What you need to do is you need to make your cylinder, for example, very small. I will also remove all this and then add some geometry in between. Make sure that these faces are like quadratic, I guess, so that both sides have the same length. That just helps you in when you're sculpting. There you go. Then we move it into the arm, roughly into the middle. There you go. And then we apply a shrink wrap modifier. This way it basically projects it onto the arm, and then we have the perfect arm shape already. Let me just do that real quick. Well, before we do that, let me make this longer, because right now it's too short, of course. We should have... you know what? I'm going to remove these edges again, because I'm going to scale it up. So this, it goes from roughly the armpit or the shoulder, roughly over there, all the way down to, let's see, to roughly over here, I think. Right there. And then let's add some resolution. We can probably even remove some edges here. What we can do is we can select the first one, then the second one. No, we can skip one, select it, and then we can press Shift. Hold on. We can press Shift and Control and then plus, and it selects every second edge. There you go. And then we can make a low-res version. Perfect. And then we can use the shrink wrap. Looks horrible. Great. I guess maybe project works better. Yep, I guess we just have to change the geometry a little bit. You can see it's poking through there. Let's fix that real quick. Oh, because it's, of course. So I guess we just have to move it down a little bit. We can still move it up later. I just want to get the general shape in. There you go. Let's apply that. Apply that. Then we can go back into modeling mode. We can press Alt S, which apparently just deleted it. Oh, I pressed Alt D. Okay, Alt S. Nope, hold on. We go into edit mode. Select all the faces and then Alt S. And you can see we can scale it on the normals of the faces just to bring it out of the arm. And then let's bring it up a little bit. Of course, it's already in the arm again, so let's just go into sculpting and adjust it. We can also see that hold on, the faces are pretty thin now, so let's really remove some of these here. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a really, really cool trick. It's really, really cool. I'm glad I found it. I can't remember the exact video. I think I just googled hand wraps, like easy hand wraps or something, and that's the first video that came up. It's really, really, really cool. It's, of course, it doesn't like fully look like wraps because it's just like circles or like bands around your arm. It's not like a full continued strap, but if you set it up in the right way, it still looks like, looks like it's wraps, because it can go over one and then under the other, and then you can't really see where it's ending, so you can kind of hide the fact that they're just like, cylinders. Okay. Pull it up. Here. I want to be very, very precise that it's not going through anything. This is not the final form of the geometry. I still want to adjust some things here and there. I just want to get it out of the arm so we can see everything. Okay. You know what's the best about the Christmas season? All the Christmas has the best cookies. That's why I like Christmas. I out of all the sweets, I guess you could have, all the candy or whatever, I definitely like cookies the most. Or I guess generally like bakery stuff. So I enjoy Christmas for that reason, because it has the best cookies. We have the standard. Oh, you know which ones are the best? I don't know if they have them everywhere, but there are these like either brown or, so they're brown on the inside, and then you have either like a white coating or like a chocolate coating on top. They look like hearts. Those are the best cookies. And especially when they have the what is it, like the filling too. Like That's the best. Let me show you. I actually have them here. Hold on. Let me see if there's like an actual English name for them. Pepper nut? No. Wait, hold on. No way. No, that's not the one. Let me look up Christmas cookies. I don't think I'm gonna find them. Let me show you what they look like. It's pretty like loud, so let me see if I can hold it very gently. That's what they look like. Look at them. There you go. Either white or chocolate. These ones don't have filling. There are other ones that are they're filled. Those ones are even better. You know what why I like cookies the most? Just because if you think about all the other snacks that you can have, like chips or gummy bears or whatever, there's always like this feeling of I've got to get the next one. I got to get I need another one. I need another one. Because it doesn't feel fulfilling, but for some reason, for me at least, cookies give me this sort of it fills you up. I don't know how to say it. It's like you feel like you've actually eaten something and not just getting teased by the taste of something that is like on this flat piece of potato, for example. You know, this flat potato slice. There's actually like substance to it, and the taste is like only like a secondary part. That's why I like cookies so much. It's not just like a, you know, like a transporter for a taste that is like teasing you to eat more. It's actually like the taste is just secondary to the I guess the I don't know, the texture and the experience. I like to eat, you know, chips sometimes, but I definitely like to eat cookies more. So sometimes I get these compositions, like I said that before, these cookie compositions where you have like the same brand has like a, you know, basically composition of different pieces of, I guess, you know, different cookies that they make all in one like box. I think it's like there are like 16 different cookies, and then you have like at least 2 or 3 of all of them. And that's the best, because there are so many, you know, and it's holding up for so long. And it's like so many different flavors, and most of them are like really, really good. That's the best. I think that's actually like one of the best gifts you can give me. I don't really, you know, wish for anything necessarily. I think that's like one of the best gifts you can give me, because it's like, you know, I heard a saying recently, especially for old people, I think it's true. It's like what really matters to old people, it's not really like materialistic stuff. Probably for most people, when they really think about it, it's not necessarily that they like want to have materialistic stuff. I think what's most important for most people is experiences. And that's why I guess, you know, that's sort of the case for me too. I like to have I like to get gifted experiences rather than, I guess, objects. And so if you ever, you know, give me anything, then I can, you know, I appreciate the gift of experiencing these awesome cookies. I think we could even get rid of one more level here. There you go. Oh. Okay. There you go. Perfect. Let's save that real quick. And then we can go and add what I actually wanted to add for quite a while, which is the second sort of these flaps that you can see down there. You can see here, we have this belt there. We have another one up there. And then we have these flaps like hanging over. Let's model those now. What I found is that it's better to model them first and not sculpt them fully. Because if you already have the shape, it's easier to manipulate that shape rather than like having to sculpt all of that. So we can probably do that here too. Let's begin with the bottom part. We're just gonna extrude it and then scale it up a little bit. And then we have the thing down there. There you go. Let's do the same up here. I'm gonna select all of this and extrude this too. Can I actually scale this? Oh, perfect. There you go. Extrude, scale outwards. Okay, that doesn't work. There you go. And then extrude downwards. There you go. I have a cousin named Dusty. Okay. What does that mean? Are you messing with me? Or do you mean that... Are you trying to say that you have a second account, or are you trying to say that you actually have someone named Dusty? I'm confused. Okay, there you go. Okay, I was confused at first. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. Hope you're excited for Christmas, maybe even. Maybe you're in the Christmas spirit already. We talked about Christmas cookies and how they're amazing. The best cookies around the year, basically, or at least in my opinion. Not many people are named Dusty. Yeah, I've heard Dusty before for a dog, but not for, you know, for like humans. But I guess, you know, maybe that's a regional base. I had a friend back in the day that had a dog called Dusty. That's the only, I guess, being that I know that was called that. So I don't have a big, you know. I don't have a big, I guess, slew of experience I can reach or like, you know, talk from. There you go. Okay, let's adjust the shape just a little bit. What I want to do is basically bring this up so that it's slimmer. And then do the same here. More coming around the 80s, 90s. Are you calling Dusty old? Because that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if he appreciates that, but I'm not going to speak for him. Have you finished your hand yet? Or are you still working on it? Okay, let's add the bands first, and then we can go to the... Yeah, I'm gonna add those first, and then we can sculpt around them. I think that's gonna be better. We can probably just, I guess, imitate them by just using another... You know what? We can even go in here and we just do this. That might be too big, but we can adjust it later. Duplicate, separate. There you go. Scale it up. And we use solidify. And then we already have at least a placeholder that we can work with. Perfect. Next one. Oh, hold on. I want to make it a little bit slimmer. That's probably better. Okay. And then we do the same up there. I was born in the 90s. You said 80s or 90s. I think 80s are a little bit older. Please. Oh no, I made a mistake. Okay. There you go. And there you go. Good old dummies. Perfect. 80s kid. Oh, wow. Okay. So you were actually right. That's a nice coincidence. You're lucky there. Oh, true. That's the... I guess that's the origin, right? Dustin would be the long form and Dusty would be the nickname. I never thought about it that way. I only, yeah, you know, I don't really have that much experience with those names. See, you were right for once. Okay, before we continue, let me just quickly sit down, then we can do this. Okay. Let's continue. So now that we have the basic shape, we can apply the... First of all, we can apply solidify. That rhymed. 0.033, okay. Go. 0.033. Wait, what? Oh. Wait, really? Why is it so thick? Okay. Oh, we need to do it in the other direction. There you go. Okay. We need to change the geometry a little bit. It's too far away. I don't want to do it manually. Okay. Blender's great sometimes. Yeah. I think we talked about that, right? Like, the two big questions. Either what am I doing or what just happened? That's what I'm feeling right now. Sometimes you just have to trust or believe that everything went right. You just have to give up control and see what happens. And in the end, you're either going to regret it or you're going to be happy. Okay, that's better. Perfect. Let's get into... Oh, we can probably do some more here. We can actually make this bigger. Let's just scale this up. Wait. I want to make sure that this cut right there is right there. Perfect. As I said before, keeping the shape already in the base model helps us with the final look. Is that too long? It seems like it's too long. I think it's too long. So let's just make it smaller. Could be an idea. That's probably better. That looks good. There you go. Perfect. Now it looks too wide. There's always some problem. 3D, yeah, exactly. 3D Jesus. Just do what you need to do. I'll trust you. I'll trust you this time. Let's see if I'm if that was the wrong if that was the mistake for today. Problem is Blender is Jesus, and yeah, Blender is Jesus, so you know, you just kind of have to hope that everything works out. Oftentimes it does, but you know, in those few times where it doesn't. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I think the size looks pretty good. I think it can be thinner. Can it be thinner? We'll see. I don't want to look at that right now. Let's go and add some multi-resolution. Okay. There you go. We have no time to say. We have no time to hesitate. Like we need to continue. Okay. Let's begin. So, first of all, refine the shape. Shouldn't take too long. Let's speedrun this. So, first of all, refine the shape. We have some folds that we can already add. We don't have too much geometry here anyway, so we can only really do the smallest adjustments. There you go. Okay. There it is. Let's go out here, do the same there. So we can see this is perfect for the boundary brush. That's when you would use the boundary brush basically to do. Hold on. Constant to loop. Oh. There you go. And then you can do this. That's exactly why you would use the boundary brush. Another way you can use it is you can set it to loop and invert. So that basically does that. It doesn't push it outwards like as much as it would as it did with the loop setting. There you go. Then we do up here. We can do some changes up here too. Oh, hello. Perfect. Can some adjustments here too. Maybe add some more volume here, if that's possible at all. Seems to be quite sturdy. There you go. Oh, wait. Oh, that's the inverse, because the normals is facing inwards. So we need to actually remove to add more volume. Oh, no, hold on. We need to invert the normals so that we can adjust this. Because the normals are inverted, we basically see through the normals. That's how that works. So we need to select everything and then we need to flip the normals. And then we can work with this. There you go. Kind of weird sometimes. Okay. This resolution doesn't really give us too much, I guess, options here. Well, that's okay. We only really want to lay out the foundation. There you go. Let's go to the next one. We're quick here around these times. Let's go into the next one. So now we can actually establish some folds. First of all, we need to bring back the correct normals. Okay, perfect. So let's go into some detail. Right here, for example. Zip. Perfect. First one. I'm sort of copying what we can see in the reference, because why not, you know? If it makes sense there, then why wouldn't I? You could say, well, it's sort of stylized. It might not make fully sense, but I guess I could also look up references, but I want to save some time, and I'm just going to use what we have here in front of us. I think that's actually looks pretty good. So I'm not really... Stop complaining, okay? I will decide what we're gonna do here. Okay, there you go. This is not a big piece, so we can get through this pretty quickly. There you go. Okay. Yeah, every edit says I have time but not looking at references, and that usually ends up costing more time in the end. Yeah. But at least we have some reference, so that's my excuse for now, okay? Maybe that's gonna be horrible in the end, but if that's the case, you're not gonna see it, because I'm gonna fix it off stream. So you'll never know, okay? That's the magic of editing, okay? I'll just pretend like everything worked well in the end. Yeah, I think I learned that lesson enough in the quick sketches. When I did like animals, they always look horrible when I do them all from the top of my head. When I would actually look up reference, you know, it's way better. I know that it's that way, but I just don't want to look up reference. And it always ends up bad for me. It's always a problem in the end. Okay. Let's give it some more movement. It looks very straight right now. Welcome back, Park David. David? Wait, Park Dark. Hold, dude. I remember. I think I messed up your name last time too. Park Pavid. No, Pavid Darkin. And not David Parkin. Now I remember. Hope you enjoyed your Wednesday. I mean your Tuesday. Dude, I'm all messed up now. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. I don't know why that was so hard for me. Okay. We need to focus, okay? We're deep into this arm piece. No time to lose. There you go. Hope you've been doing some, I don't know. Hope you've pursued your hobbies. Maybe you've done some 3D work. Maybe you've done some, I don't know. I don't know, maybe you're a mechanic. Or you'd like to work on cars. Maybe you've tuned your own car. I actually had one, when I did my apprenticeship, we would also go to school, you know, to learn the theory about whatever we did. Like, you know, like graphic design for me. And so there was one person that I usually hung out with that liked to, like, you know, work on cars or whatever. He didn't really work on cars. He worked on his bike. I think he also had a car, but he didn't mess with it too much because like rules are very strict here in Germany. But what they did is they bought like small engines and put them on their cars, so that, you know, they could basically have like motorized, not cars, but bikes. So they would have motorized bikes. And I think when he, like, right after he installed it, he face planted immediately and the bike broke. So everybody except him afterwards, like his brother and all his friends, still had like motorized bikes except for him, if I remember correctly. You would always have like these wild stories. Or when he drove through the through the forest without his light, so he couldn't see anything. It's pretty crazy how dark it can be. You know, usually you're pretty used to like going through like this, not the city actually, just like through the streets, and you kind of used to these street lights. But if you actually think about it, like if you're in a forest, for example, or somewhere where there are no lights, and maybe even the moon can't really like reflect the sunlight on like like there can be no light really coming from the sky. It's like 100% dark. You can't see anything. It's pretty crazy. You know, you always kind of hear like, oh, your eye can kind of get used to certain like to a certain darkness. But of course, if there's no light, then of course you can't see anything. Pretty crazy, sort of, to have your eyes open and it looks like you have your eyes closed, and you can't even see when you close your eyes. You just kind of know because you just did it. It's kind of a weird feeling. You just kind of have to believe that your eyes are closed. Okay, I think we need 1 or 2 more resolutions. And then we're done with this. And then we can go to the next layer, the last layer. Well, you could say the highest layer. Maybe not the last one because we have these shoulder pads, but it's at least the highest one. The one that we're going to see. Which version of Blender do you use now? You can see that right there. 3.0. 3.0.0. Yeah, I switched to the newest version. I worked with 3.0 with the 3.0 beta for a few weeks, maybe even just for 2 weeks or so. And then, you know, after the new version released, I just said, well, you know, why wouldn't I switch to the full release? Because, you know, maybe they've done some changes here and there, made it, you know, optimize some stuff. Why wouldn't I switch from the beta to the like full release? And so I did that today. Set up some assets too, so I can see them in my asset browser. Well, basically just shaders, but still, you know. And now I'm ready to go. Have you tried 3.0? Well, a matter of fact, I have. Do you like it? Have any issues? I haven't had any issues yet. I don't really have issues relating to Blender. I never had a crash. I think all the crashes that I had in Blender were really only... Well, the only crash that is probably related back to Blender is... It could also be my system, but when I smooth something too quickly, or when I apply the smooth brush too quickly one after the other, it crashes without any warning. So basically, if I now would just grab my clay strips brush and I just hold shift and then tap my pen, if I do that too quickly and I think I have a high enough resolution, it just crashes and it just, you know, closes the window. That could be because of memory issues for my PC, that it's just out of memory, or it could be because of Blender internal systems, maybe. Cycles X is pretty good. Yeah, you know, at least doubled my render speed. And I haven't tested it on like so I haven't really done any tests yet. So I haven't done like benchmark tests where I say like, oh, I'm gonna render the same scene once in Blender 2.93 and then once in Blender 3.0. But it feels faster, that's for sure. And some of the most recent big renders that I've done in Blender 3.0 were like 4 to 5 minutes to like an hour. So I don't even want to I don't even want to know how long it would have taken me to do that in 2.93. Yeah, but it's been pretty good so far. So if you're hesitant whether or not you should switch, at least I haven't had any bad experiences with it. You go into the forums, maybe that's different, or into, you know, the Blender subreddit or whatever. But I haven't had any big problems. But I don't really think I push the boundaries when it comes to using Blender anyway. Subdivide to 6. Yeah. That actually worked for me in 2.93 too, but it's just occasionally, I guess. Did he post? Hold on. Where did he post it again? Was it in the thread thingy? Yeah, do you remember? Hold on. Oh, on topic maybe? Let's see. I know I'm wasting time. I'm sorry. There it is. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There it is. So, no, yeah. So we have 21 minutes with a lot of hair particles, and then we have 4 minutes. It's not 4 minutes faster, it's 4 minutes, and the other one is 20 minutes. So it's 16 minutes faster. So basically a fifth of the speed. I mean, the time. And then we have comparison between Eevee and Cycles. Yep. It's very good. The asset browser is also very good. So you can see here, I've set up my shader things already. Oh, not in this file. Hold on. Here you go. Come on. There you go. If I open shaders, there you go. We can see all my shaders that I've set up so far. I think that's all the ones that I could find in my old projects. And then some more from Polyhaven and from some other sources like this one. Yeah. Probably going to do the same for textures too. But not now, as you can see. Yeah, the asset browser is really, really good. always appending is like pretty annoying, because you know, you say like, hey, I want to have this gold shader. I think I used that like 2 months ago. Let me look through all my projects that I've done in 2 months ago and see if I can find it. Oh wait, it wasn't 2 months ago? Well, let me look through other files until I find it, you know? Now you can just look through all the you can set up everything, or you can mark everything as an asset, and then you just have it immediately in there. You could even link your project folder with all your projects, and then you could go through all your files and just mark everything as an asset that you might want to have, and then you can look through everything in the asset browser. It might lag a little bit. It could probably work. I think the problem would be that you don't have any like structure then, so it would be probably better to like go through everything and set up everything like properly, so that you have everything in folders. But it could probably work that way too, if you wanted to. Yeah. I want to do it with textures, with shaders I already did. I can probably add some more. Procedural stuff, I mean, what is it? Maybe even the world settings, so HDMIs and maybe other stuff, although I don't really do much there. Maybe lighting collections too, if that's possible. Can you do that? Hold on. Oh, no, you can't. Disabled. Data block does not support asset operation. Must be a material, object, pose, action, or world. Okay. So you can't make a collection an asset. I guess you can just use, you can mark a normal light though. Which means you can group stuff, or you can parent stuff and then do that too, maybe? And then you could parent everything into the same empty or whatever, and then you can bring everything over, maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna think about that more at some point. But it's very, very good. That's for sure. Also, what I find interesting is their plan to create a node-based particle system. I'm not quite sure how that's gonna work, but I'm interested. I don't know. I feel torn between getting more into node-based stuff and not doing it, because it's pretty. I'm torn between whether it's interesting or not to me. Because it's a lot of like math and all that. I'm not really interested in math too much. But you can, like, once you kind of know one node system, or how like one node system works, you can transfer that, or at least work procedurally. You can transfer that very, very easily into a different system with like a procedural workflow. So it's very, very valuable, especially in Blender, when they want to add all these new like ways of using, like, working procedurally. But yeah, I don't know. It probably requires a lot of time to get into it. Or, you know, we can just, I guess, buy a course to get into it more, but yeah, I don't know if I want to do that right now. Another thing to learn. Yep, exactly. I already have fallen behind on geometry nodes. Or I was already behind. I mean, you know, from the beginning, but still. And then another one. Oh no. Especially if they replace it, then I have to learn particles. I just want to keep my old systems. More substance painter stuff. You mean like texture painting, improved texture painting? I think that's one thing they could do. I think what can help there would even just like be performance improvements. I think that can also just help, you know, just kind of improving the performance with like more higher resolution textures. Maybe even, oh, I think the big one would be vertex paint performance. That would be a big one. I don't know if they can do that though. I think I can imagine that it's very tied to how sculpting gets like saved in terms of data, and they don't seem to be able to improve that too much. But I'm not quite sure if they can do vertex paint. Okay, one more. Another one. There you go. Geonodes has improved loads. Okay. Sounds good. It's a lot more intuitive. Yeah, because you can like immediately see like the changes that you do. But it's still a little bit like abstract. You still have to kind of have like an understanding, at least a basic understanding of programming when it comes to like creating. Well, I think they went away from that, right? Creating attributes and then like working with those, defining them, and then using them to do certain stuff. I think they went away from that and then made it more intuitive now. Before that, it was a little bit more complex, I guess. But it was definitely it's still definitely more intuitive, like more intuitive than, for example, shading, for example. Like working with all these math nodes to create like different shapes or whatever can be quite weird sometimes. And it's hard to see what these changes do sometimes too. I'll just stick with my sculpting. I can at least see what I'm doing. Not have to imagine it. I feel very happy here. My little sculpting world. I want to sell the look of pinch cloth some more, so I'm going to add some smaller folds up here. Okay. The attributes are pretty less priority now, yeah. Give experience in shader nodes, geonodes are kind of similar. Yeah, that's why it wasn't as complex for me to get into them. I wonder how particle nodes will work. I guess you could maybe look into Houdini to see maybe an example of how they might implement it. I haven't looked into Houdini too much, but I think there you also work very, very, very procedurally, or almost fully procedurally. So that might be like a way they're going to do it. If you want to know more about that, I guess you can look into that. But yeah, if it's going to be better, that could be very cool. I'm not really working with particles too much, but I think that's one system that seems kind of old. Maybe they even change hair particles, which I doubt they'll do, but maybe, maybe. That would be very, very cool, because I think there are some improvements that you can do there too, especially with interpolated hair. If you compare like the Maya, I think it's called, the Maya X-Gen. Oh no, I think it's in Maya. Not it's called. The X-Gen hair system that you have in there, how much better it is than the Blender interpolated hair. I think there are some huge changes you can do there. Simulations in Geonodes. Oh, yeah. Rigging in nodes? Wait, what? Do you think that's gonna be a thing? Have they said anything about that? How would you rake with nodes? You mean like... No, hold on. Wait, what? How would you do that? What about animating with nodes? Or texturing with nodes? I mean, you can do that, I guess, with the shading, like with a shader. Weight painting with nodes. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Just everything node-based. Fully procedural. Procedural character modeling, yes. Procedural sculpting. Oh my. It's an add-on? Wait, what? How would you... Hold on, what is it called? I'm actually interested in... to see how it works. Do you remember the name? Okay. We set up texture brushes for sculpting in the asset browser rigging nodes. Is this... Oh, so you... So you can create procedural masks or brushes, basically. It's how you have them in Photoshop. Mask brushes, basically, or alphas. Is that what you mean? With like procedural, like noise texture, for example. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought about like doing the entire process, you know, procedural, which would be kind of crazy if that would be possible. Not just like affecting your brush, but affecting the texture itself. Which, you know, again, is probably just shading. Although then, yeah, basically. Nodes? Yeah, nodes. Talking a lot about nodes right now. Everything will be node-based in the future in Blender. You either deal with it, or you get out. It's your choice. You either deal with it, or you pay for other software. There you go. Perfect. I think that's pretty good. Not perfect, but good. Okay, that's all we need. Oh, let's go in here and fix that real quick. Maybe even up there, and then we're good. Then we're fully good. Not just half good, we're fully good. Change the brush angle again for some reason. I don't know why how I can always press the wrong buttons. I'm too quick. My fingers can't be quick enough. Need to slow down. But we need to finish this, because I want to go to the next piece. Okay. A few more here and there, and then we're good. We're almost all the way around. Nope, we need to do the top piece too. Oh no. There's always something that I forget. You know, I always say, hey, we need to do this, and then we're done. And then, nope. Hold on. A new challenger arises. Just like when you play Dragon Quest. We have, you know, in Dragon Quest, it's similar to when you play like Pokemon. When you run through like the bushes. In every bush, there could be an enemy. That's basically Dragon Quest in a nutshell. Every time you go out of a city, well, no, that's actually not true. In some Dragon Quests, you can actually see the monsters running around. I think that's in most of them. I think in other ones, you can't see them. Or maybe I'm sort of confusing Pokemon and Dragon Quest. But at least, you know, with every change you do, or with every piece you finish, you either get closer to the end, or there's a new thing that you remember that you need to do. You're never really finished. There's always something missing. Okay, let's finish the one part that is missing, and then we're good. In 10 years, AI will do the retopology and UV unwrapping. Oh, true. Procedural retopology. Oh my, that would be crazy. I don't think it's gonna take 10 years to figure out like a good retopology program or, you know, system. I think it's gonna be quicker. I wonder if you could actually make retopology node-based. Although, I guess you could somehow affect the topology in a certain way. I don't know. Maybe. Set up rules, how it's gonna retopologize. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, if you can program it, I guess you could make it procedural. Maybe. There's always a way. Okay. That should be good enough. Let's get to the next part. Which is the top. Focus on more on sculpting. I actually, I think last year, at work, we talked about how there are so many services now, sort of replacing the original jobs of either programmers or not 3D artists, but like graphic designers, because now you can create your own logo, you can create your own website, you can create basically everything like on the web, or and even more, basically like on these service platforms or on these websites. Of course, it's not going to be as customized as you could make it with like an artist or like a graphic designer. But if you just want to have a quick, you know, like, hey, I want to have, I don't know, I want to have a logo. Let's see. Let's go in here and let's say free logo maker. Logo generator. Free logo design. Hell yeah. Okay. So create your own logo for free in just a few minutes. Okay. Enter your company name. Noggy Inc. Get started. Sample. No, template. Okay. So what do we have here? See, you can even choose from these, but I guess they're very generic. Let's go with, do we have like art or entertainment arts? There it is. Hell yeah, a sword, that's pretty cool. Maybe this one. This one, that's pretty simple. Do we have something more artsy? This one, this has like 3D and a 3D aspect. This one's too Christmassy. Oh, no, that looks weird. This, nope, I think I have my favorite. I think I'm gonna use this one. Let's choose this one. Okay. Okay, what can we do here? We can change it even more, so we could, I don't know. Can we delete them? We can move it. Oh, we can rotate it if we want. We can make it, can we actually hold shift? No, we can't. Control? No. We can rotate it, look at that. Oh my. Isn't that great? So you can create your own, we can change the font here too. Look at that. And this way, you know, very easy. You can create your own logo. So, you know, if you want to have just a quick logo and you don't want to pay anything, you can do that in just a few minutes if you want. Maybe even spend some more time if you have the creativity and do some more adjustments here. And then you have your own logo. Of course, it's going to be pretty generic. But I guess, you know, if you don't want to spend any money, then the result will look accordingly. But, you know, yeah, depends on what you want to get out of it. Well, that's how you're gonna lose your job in the future. You're just gonna, you know, or I'm gonna lose my job because these darn computers are getting too good. So I need to adapt, basically. Or I'll just stop computers from developing. That's gonna be the the solution. Okay, so let's do the top now. We all scream, oh my god. Okay, well. Okay, let's do the top part now. Can we use the piece again? We can probably do that. Yeah. Okay, let's duplicate it again. Remove multi-resolution. Add another one. Okay. Let's adjust it. First of all, we need to extend it because otherwise it's too slim. We need to make it wider than the undergarment, let's call it. Not too much, I just want to probably scale it up to there. For the rest we can just use sculpting. Mainers will do it without you. What do you mean with mainers? Did I say what do you do? Or did I say what you mean? I think I said what you mean, right? I'm not going crazy, hopefully. Okay, so as we did before, just kind of figuring out the general shape, and then we can do the actual details. So what we've done for Vi is she had a corset, and that corset was very segmented. We had these very clear seams in there. I don't want to do that for this one, probably. We can, I think it's easier to sculpt the seams into the model rather than trying to basically you add seams or you create seams by, hold on, I can't multitask, by modeling them. I think seams will look more natural and will be easier to handle if we do them in one mesh. Because then it's also easier to add folds and all that. Line art bakes so slow. Really? Baking? Wait, you can bake line art? Didn't even know that. Oh, you mean crypto miners? Yeah. It bakes on a single core. Oh, hold on. Thank you, Dusty. I appreciate it. I always forget to switch, and I don't really... I have my preview there, so I can see like what you're seeing, but I don't really look over there too much. Too far over there. I hope you saw the logo creation at least. I think you should be able to. Or you should have. Because, you know, otherwise I wouldn't have been in out of Blender. So this side doesn't need to be floppy. Because it's going to be covered anyway. So I'm going to bring it back to the body. I wonder why floppy disks were called floppy disks. Are they floppy? Were they floppy? Maybe those disks were actually very floppy. But who knows, you know? I don't, because I was too young. Your single core speed will determine how long it takes. I wish you good luck, I guess. I guess that's all I can do. They were floppy? Hold on, let me see what floppy actually means. Wait, the translation for floppy is floppy. Sick. Oh, okay, I think I get it. Weren't floppy disks just like a small, or like a, basically like a disk or like a CD, but out of this weird thin plastic that has like electrons on them, and that's where you saved all that stuff. So that's what the floppy part of the disk. Maybe, I don't know. It was like the VHS tape. Yeah. That sort of tape that is in there. That's probably what they mean with floppy. Yeah, I was writing on a tape. Yeah. Now I remember. I think we looked into that once in like computer camp when I was younger. We looked at floppy disks and how they work. That's the way that's how I know about them. Or well, I knew them before, but never really cared about them too much because they're old. Who cares about floppy disks anymore? Nobody. That's how many people care about them. Okay. So this is a two-parter. We have the top part here for the chest area here, and then we have the corset underneath, which means it's gonna end. The first top half will end somewhere underneath the chest, which should be right there. Oh, actually a little bit higher, but we can move it up. So we're gonna combine them. We can probably work with mirroring again. I think that's gonna be better. Yeah. Oh, what did I do? Select all of it. And then faces. And then we use a mirror. Okay. They should bring back zip disks. What are zip disks? You could save like a whole essay on there. Yeah, like one Word document. Wasn't it also like if you would like put a magnet close to them, they would just get destroyed? Or at least all the files on there? Cartridges? Why would you want to have floppy disks again? It's actually interesting how you like back in the day, when I was younger, all the PC programs showed a floppy disk for the save button. You know, it would just be like a floppy disk, even games and all that. But then they actually, I think they slowly went away from that. They just switched it to just like it's saying save or something. They don't really have a button for it anymore. Pretty interesting how even like the software and like the symbolism of saving something being the floppy disk changes. Bring back Windows 98. Okay, now you're getting too far, okay? Now you're going too far. We don't need to go back to the Stone Age, okay? How should we do this? I guess that makes sense. Oh, there you go. And then make it compatible with modern applications. Why? Why would you want to have Windows 98? I think the first one that I had was either 98 or not XD. What was it? XP? Either one of those. I think the one that I used the most was XP. Still baking. Okay. We need more. Oh, hold on. I kind of want to remove some faces here. No, I don't need to remove them. I can probably connect this. And then we need to extend some more because we need some more for this sort of color right there. Harder to break a floppy. I mean, is it harder than breaking an SSD drive? I don't know if that's true. I'm not a PC expert, but I would highly doubt that. I might be wrong, you know, but I highly doubt that. Highly, well, are they expensive? I guess they rise, maybe that rise in value because now everybody kind of wants to have like an old relic in their collection, maybe. I don't know. Like old Pokemon cards, you know. They rise in value. See, now we can see the solidification, but for some reason when you have multi-resolution you can't see it anymore. It's so weird. Wait, what's why things are becoming more fragile so that there's a greater chance of breaking in? Wait, that's why things are becoming more fragile so that there's a greater chance of breaking in? I don't know if that's the case. Windows XP was supposedly the best OS that Microsoft released. I mean, why? I mean, maybe because that's before they implemented all these like online services and all that. So you basically only had like the OS and nothing else, which made it more, I don't know, like more it had a greater ease of use maybe. Now with all these like different software stuff that you get, like if you buy Windows or like a Windows machine, you instantly have Skype installed. Sometimes on my new phone I had, like, that's not Windows, but still, I had Netflix installed. I think I had like even more stuff installed that I'm never going to use. So like, why? Just let me download that when I need it. Why would you pre-install that? I guess, you know, it makes sense, but still, you know, kind of weird. Just let me decide by myself, okay? I'm a human being. I can think for myself, I hope. So let me do that. They all have problems when they release. I haven't really switched. I think I've only really switched from Windows 7 to Windows 10. That's the only really, like, the only OS change that I remember. I'll probably switch it to Windows 11 at some point because I like the new design. I'm probably not going to switch right away though, because then I can avoid some glitches. Because those can be quite annoying. Okay, so now we have the lower part. I'm going to add these brown pieces there later as a second layer. What I want to focus on now is the color. I want to, for the color, probably just make a... yeah, I'm going to show you how I do it. It's pretty simple. I don't want to continue what we have here. I want to now use this face and make a quick turn. This way we have a reinforced edge. What that basically means is that if we use subdivisions, there is no face stretching on the immediate edge. So if we, for example, let me show you what I mean. If I now would just do this, and then, hold on, let me save, there you go. So if I now would just do this and extend this, and then we would just do this and extend the color like this, it would also work. But you can see that we have an n-gon, or I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have an n-gon, but what we do have here is a sort of, there's no continuation here. This edge doesn't really know where it's supposed to go. Is it supposed to go in this direction? Is it supposed to go in this direction? You could say, well, it's the edge, so it should go in this direction. But if we now use subdivisions, you can see we get this stretching right here, right there, which is right on the edge. I like to avoid that by switching the geometry around and continuing this edge as sort of like a reinforcement edge, which also lets you, if you want to, just execute, just remove this part, this edge right here, and use it as like this silver piece right there. But how I want to use it is just to kind of reinforce the edge. So if I now make like a turn right here, we have an n-gon here, but what we also have is we have a better corner. So if we now, for example, extend this this edge right here, there you go. We can see we have an n-gon right there, but the faces right on the edge still perfectly follow the shape of the mesh, which it didn't before. And that's why I do this basically. Gotta wait till programs are optimized for the new Windows before you switch. Yeah, Windows can be optimized, but if the program's not, it won't work correctly. Yeah, I would also probably wait, just because then I can get the all the new well, I don't have to wait for programs to, I guess, acclimate to Windows 11, you know? You can wait until it's done acclimating, let's say, and then you switch, rather than switching immediately and having to wait for all the programs to catch up. Speaking of Blender, I've been using it. Oh, nice. Oh, you said, yeah, you switched from Maya, I guess, or you wanted to use Blender, or you wanted to test Blender. Let's say that. How's it going? Is it working well? Any complaints as a Maya user? Okay, let's finish this color. How many here do we have? 3. We have 3, and then 3. Perfect. Look at that, and that's the next layer. At least the base, you could say. What we can do now, theoretically, is we can first of all combine this together here too on the edge. Only for some of these pieces though. Wait. Hold on. Let's call this, I don't know. What would you call that? Like an overall? Let's just call it core set again. Okay. Oh, okay, that's good. So I want to combine all these. Not all of them actually, because you can see it parts away pretty early. So I'm probably just going to connect these two. Let's move this down and just add one more here, and then I can move this together too. There you go. And the other ones we're going to part away. Okay. Let's begin. Oh, and what's also good with this edge reinforcement is that you can then use those faces to apply certain shaders to them. So if you, for example, look at these shoulder pads here, they all have this edge reinforcement. And you can create that very easily by just having good edge flow around the edge and then selecting those edges and giving them a different shader than in the middle here for the leather, for example. That's why I also do it. If you weren't convinced before, hopefully you're now. I actually want to... No, I'm gonna get rid of this. There you go. I'm not going to do that down here. Well, for once, because we probably don't see it. And then also because it's not necessarily necessary down here. It makes sense where you have like a, you know, like an edge going all around that has, for example, a different shader. But if you have like just pure leather, then it doesn't necessarily need to be there. There you go. So that's that. Perfect. I'm debating whether I should actually... I think it makes sense to remove the top half from the lower half. I think it makes sense there. But I'm not going to separate them for these seam lines. Yeah. Okay. So let's do that. Let's separate them. Where should we separate them? Probably right there, actually. Oh, hello. Right there. And then I need to pull this down. Should we add one more? Yeah. Okay. I think that works quite well. Now we're just going to select all of this. Wait. There you go. That makes more sense. Grab it. And P, separate by selection. And now we have a top half and a bottom half. Perfect. Can we change both at the same time? We can. Perfect. Because I want to change the shape just a little bit. Wait, can we? No, we can. Okay. Yeah, let's work with one first and then we can change the one according to the first one. The second one according to the first one. So we're going to hide this one and we're going to work with this one first. This one's pretty simple. So yeah, let's get to it. Welcome back, Kevin. Hope you enjoyed your Wednesday too. No, your Tuesday. I really can't remember the days, right? Well, maybe next year, that's gonna be my next year's resolution. Learning the days. Hope you enjoyed your day. I'm just gonna say day instead of any specific day. Hope you enjoyed your day. Welcome. As you can see, we worked on the first part here, the first layer. Now we add the second one. Yeah. Okay. Apply mirror. And then we need more resolution. Perfect. Yeah, I want to shape it more around the breasts. Right here. Keep it pretty close because it's supposed to be tight. Because you guessed it, that's what a corset does. Good evening, Palladium, to you too. Hope you enjoyed your day. We just said, I'm not going to say any weekday anymore because I just seem to not be able to remember what day it is. So I hope you enjoyed your day. And of course, as Zachary says, I hope you enjoy your stay too. Go. Hopefully you have a good day so far. So far? Well, depends on how late it is for them. Maybe they already have a good night, you know? You never know. Okay, so this shape I think works better. Yeah. Oh, it's asymmetrical, of course. Which is bad. But I think we can work with this. What if I now enable symmetry, actually? Does symmetry... What if I now click this? Oh, nice. Perfect. I don't know if it changed geometry. That was my question. Well, I don't think it did. I want to be very, very, very specific about not pinching or going through the arm. Very, very, very specific about that. Okay, perfect. I'll send you a calendar to Christmas. You don't even know where I live, okay? You can send me one on Discord, I guess. Okay. Does the shape look good? I think it does. Perfect. So the next step is to add more resolution. There you go. Okay. I'm gonna begin adding those seam lines in probably like resolution level 3 or 4. Right now we don't have enough geometry. In the drop-down tab where the axis symmetry is in scope mode, you have to do... Oh, true. Wait, yeah, you have the settings here too, right? Wait. Where is it again? Drop-down tab where the axis symmetry... Oh, here? Oh, nice. Yeah, I think that's... Yeah, I think that's easier. It's accessible. Yeah. Thank you for that tip. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's get into... Well, can we really do much more here? I don't think so. We can at least establish those folds that we can see in the collar. So let's do that. There you go. It's pretty interesting how when you're in Europe and you're streaming, how there's like, you're right in between America and like the Eastern countries. So when you start streaming, there are like people that join where it's like pretty late already, and then they sort of drop off, and then they're like the people. It's like a gradient or like a line. When you start streaming, it's like somewhere over here in the world. And then the later it gets, it's like until it's like on the other side of the map in America, where it's like either evening or maybe even morning or late morning, you could say. Midday. Pretty funny or pretty interesting to think about. Are you using a mouse or tablet? I'm using a tablet. I have been for the last few years, and I probably will for the rest of my life. That might be a bold statement, but I think that to be true. You can use a mouse, but it's not as convenient. Okay, I don't think we can do much more here. Well, we can do some folds here, but that doesn't make sense necessarily. Oh, I want to probably add some more room here because we can actually see the shirt on the side, so I want to make some space for that. There you go. Yeah, that's better. Perfect. I think we're ready to go to the next stage. Number 2. I think now we can slowly get into the folds. So the first one is probably right there. It's still very, very low res, so we can't really do too much. We can at least, I guess, allude to it. We can really follow this frame right here, this wireframe. Fine. There you go. Just to get the shape in already. Perfect. Do you do anything to grow your channel social media footprint, or just vibing? If you're interested for more content, so I usually stream, you know, from Monday to Thursday. No, yeah, Thursday. I actually got the days right. On the weekend, I usually prepare streams or edit videos. Usually I try to upload every second week right now. And currently, or yesterday, I actually also picked up a new way of, I guess, making these streams more accessible. I repurposed one of my old channels where I previously uploaded all my quick sketches, and now I upload my some stream clips on there. So every day I upload a stream clip on there. So if you miss the stream, you can at least, you know, get something. I guess you can still see something from the stream as like a small clip, like 30 seconds or so. I've uploaded 2 so far, and I will hopefully continue that every day. The good thing is they don't take too long to edit, so I can probably do most of them for the week on the weekend. And if I still need some on that day, for example, I can still do them on that day. So the first 2 I basically did on that day, for example. And then yeah, I usually, you know, turn my stream content into videos. So this one will also become a video. Clips, and then of course like Instagram posts, TikTok, I upload my clips there too now. Yeah, you know, takes a while, I guess. when you say like other artists around your skill level have a larger influence online, you know, all depends on when you start. You know, the big streamers or big YouTubers all started, you know, maybe even 10 years ago. Or like 3, I think a minimum of 3. Of course you have like, I guess, some exceptions, but you know, usually takes a little bit to get starting. It's very much like you could say Corona in that it's pretty exponential, in that YouTube is pretty exponential in the way that the more videos you have, the more people can explore of you, and the more people will find you. So the more videos you have, the more you can see like the monthly subscriber count, or the monthly subscriber, what would you call that, like rate of new subscribers. You can see that like rise up with more and more videos that you have. So it's very much like a steady, or like exponential, maybe not fully exponential, but at least like a steady increase. So, you know, just kind of, you know, it just kind of means that you just, you know, have to keep at it and just work on it and get better and better and better, so that more people, you know, not only see more of your content, but also more people like your content. And you know, then it's just about time. Run you through your retopology in 6 minutes vid, which is your biggest video. That's actually false. But a lot of content, a lot of view content doesn't have as much traffic. Yeah. So, what is very in the beginning, when you start YouTube, what drives more traffic are videos that can be searched very easily. So, videos that target search tags like Blender, Blender sculpting, Blender retopology, tutorial, beginner tutorial, stuff like that is will be searched a lot, and it is easier to be found targeting those tags, I guess you could say, or having like a strategy that targets like search tags rather than just trying to create the most interesting title necessarily for like the majority of people. Because your video only really gets put to the start screen, you could say, or to the homepage if a lot of people clicked on it. And of course, in the beginning, nobody clicks on your videos, so you have to, you have to work with the search algorithm basically. And then at some point, it's sort of transitions from the search, I guess, search algorithm to the recommended algorithm, and then you can target more, I guess, you can target that audience more. The actual, I think the biggest video is actually the one that is featured on my main channel. The how to create characters in 4 minutes. That was the one that blew up basically. Maybe because it was a little bit of clickbait, but it wasn't necessarily wrong. I think what was the what tipped it over the edge was the thumbnail that said, yes, it works, or something. So basically alluding to, well, you might think this is clickbait, but it actually works, But what I wanted to say is like, yes, you can, like the idea behind it was like, yes, you can create realistic characters in Blender. Not like, hey, you can do this in 4 minutes. But yeah, in the end, even if it's like a lot of clickbait, more people, if you have clickbait and the video is bad, nobody likes it, nobody subscribes, but there were more people that liked it than disliked it, so I would say that's still a positive video. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that's why for example, I try to switch between like entertainment videos and tutorial videos, and tutorials are just right now more they're first of all easier to produce because you can fully focus on the content or on the information that you convey, with I guess more entertainment style videos. It's more, I guess you could say, you have to work harder to entertain or to keep people watching the video, because they want to be entertained and not learn something. And there it's a little bit harder to like, find a, or it's harder to keep people watching the video there. Because, if you look for retopology, you're looking for a video that explains to you retopology. So you already know what you get for the video. But if you have like a, recommended video that you get recommended by other channels that are bigger, you don't necessarily know what's in the video. Like, oh, he did it again. It could be like a title from someone. You don't really know what's in that video, so you click on it and then maybe it's interesting, maybe it's not. And all you can then really do is, I guess, keep people watching your video by having a good video. Sorry about grammar. Forget the R's. I mean, I'm not really good at grammar anyway. I mean, either, so, I'm not gonna blame anyone. Now, what if this Christmas I gave you my heart? Okay. That's too far, okay? We're not in that stage yet, okay? I haven't heard that song yet, so it's not Christmas yet. Too late. Welcome back, Barker. Hope you enjoyed your Tuesday. Why do I... Yeah, I said it again. I'm too used to it now. I need to commit to saying the day. Right now I'm watching a lot of Grant a bit stuff. He's very concise in his tutorials. I feel like a lot of others meander a bit. Yeah, that's why I like to do these very, very short tutorials. It lets me these videos don't go too much into detail. They're very good for beginners because, well, it's easier to explain stuff to beginners because you can talk about it very basic, and you don't have to be very, very, very knowledgeable about a certain topic to make such tutorials. That's why I like to do these tutorials. Also, they're like, I like to make shorter tutorial videos because when I looked for tutorials for Blender, there were always like these an-hour videos or like at least 15 minutes to 30-minute tutorials on any topic. And the tutorials that I create are sort of supposed to be like the entry, so that when you want to learn more about retopology, you see, hey, there's a tutorial about, or there's an explanation video that's 6 minutes. Let me watch this before I go deeper into it and want to learn more about it, and then watch another tutorial afterwards. It's sort of supposed to be like the entry video into the topic, so that it's which is supposed to make the topic very understandable, and less about the actual technique and more about the theory behind it. Graham, yeah, I haven't watched too much of him. I've watched a few tutorials, but not that many. Okay. So tomorrow we're gonna work on the hair. So you can see she looks kind of weird. Doesn't really look like a she necessarily. So we're gonna change that tomorrow. We're gonna give her this hairstyle. We have this one too with this long hair, but I want to do the shorter hair, or at least the sort of bun style. Because it it fits to the outfit. It's part of the outfit, so I'm gonna do this one. We're also gonna do eyelashes and eyebrows, of course, to give her the actual like characteristics that she needs to be recognized. And then on Thursday we'll see what we'll do. We have one more day this week to model or to work on this, so let's use it. I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna work on this more, of course, off stream, and finish it over the weekend. So if you want to see what the final result is, either join Discord or exclamation mark Discord, or you'll see it on Instagram, for example, or Twitter, or whatever, wherever. I was watching a tutorial of his not long ago. Yeah. You didn't finish the message you wrote, or I wrote? Wait. Wait, No, I won't. Oh, the next day I share your channel in random servers like Discord. Okay. Okay. Yep. So, I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna finish this off stream. We're gonna tomorrow work on the hairstyle, which we can probably copy a lot from Jinx, but we still need to do some adjustments, so it's not going to be like fully copy and paste. So if you're interested in how you do a hairstyle, make sure to check that out tomorrow too. Or just, if you want to hang out, I guess you can join too. If you want to know a very, very, very good trick for hair particles, how you can speed up your process basically twofold or even more, check out the hold on, do I actually have that link still in my description? I don't think so. I think I removed it. Let's see. If you go to, hold on, up, there you go. I uploaded a new video, a new clip to my clips channel. If you want to speed up your what is it, hair modeling process with blended hair particles twofold or more, then check out that clip. It's 30 seconds and it's going to explain exactly what you need to do or what it does. It was immensely helpful when I learned it, or when I discovered it. It's pretty simple, but you know, yeah. If you want to see more of these clips, of course, you can always subscribe there too. Yeah. I'm sorry, Barker, that we already end the stream now, but you know, I guess that's how it is sometimes. Bad timing. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day. Maybe I'll see you next time. Either way, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hanging out, chatting, or just being here. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Maybe I'll see you next time, as I said multiple times now. Yeah, take care.